Smack dab in the center part of New York State is eSports Speedway, and the legend of the Napa Auto Parts Super Dirt Week turns 50 this year. It's the 50th running of Super Dirt Week. So, to celebrate, we're having the Super Dirt Week 50 for 50 eSports Classics. We're going to see some of the best drivers of big blocks on iRacing take to this track, all for a chance to win the grand prize of a all expenses paid trip to Super Dirt Week. About ready to get started in heat race number 1. I'm Dylan Coyle, Chase Rodman alongside me, and we are green and underway. Heat race number 1, 10 laps, 6 will go to the feature, Chase.
This is prelim round number 1. We got a second prelim coming up here in about an hour or so. Up front here in heat race number 1, it is Robbie Swan with the race lead, followed by Damian Kiefer, Dalton DeWert, Brian Lawson, Logan Wentz, and right now Dylan Raptoy is in the 6th and final spot to transfer straight to the feature. 10 laps in these heat races, Dylan. Like I just said, top 6 transferring straight to the main event.
Top 6 will transfer, and like you said, Dylan Raptoy is in that 6th position, the final transfer spot. Does not really have any competitors for that spot. Drivers in 7th and 8th, Todd Gardner, and it looks like John Canizarro are just fighting with each other for that 7th place spot. And laps are going to wind down pretty quick here on this hard surface, this hard track known as eSports. But there's a lot of ices to go over, of course, with that grand prize for the winner of the feature, the second round, the 50-lap feature, we should say. We'll talk all about the format as this night, as the preliminary rounds progress, but lots of exciting stuff on play, Chase.
Oh, absolutely. A lot to talk about later on after our heat races here, but Robbie Swan up front is showing the way. He's fast and qualifying driver out of Oswego, New York. He's in the Apex Industries. Ryan Conrad Performance, Three Sons Motorsports number 37. Right now, nobody's got anything for him. Damian Kiefer back there in second, Dylan, one of Outlaw's front kicker late model series pro drivers here on the iRacing Sim. Running in second, having a good run so far. We've got 3 laps to go that time by the line, and everybody just kind of, running just kind of the same lap times. They're all pretty close together, but that's because the track, Dylan, still has a lot of grip to it right now. Once this thing slicks off and start to see 2 groups of racing, that's when things get fun.
And obviously you have a lot of experience with eSports. Very familiar for you and one of the drivers here in this heat.
Yeah, we were there last night with Outlaw's Bucket Relay Model Series. Damian Kiefer, as I was talking about in second right now, he was able to put his car into the show last night. We had a caution-free 50-lapper last night with the late models. It was a great race, and we're expecting to see some good racing here tonight at a place where big blocks, they're the headliner every single weekend as the checkered flag comes out. And it looks like Robbie Swan is going to pick up the victory in heat race number 1, Dylan.
Robbie Swan will pick up the victory here. Dylan Raptoy will be the last transfer spot. Logan Wentz, as well as we get all the finishing positions. Wentz, Brian Lawson, Dalton DeWert, Damian Kiefer, and Robbie Swan are going to be the transfers into the 30-lap feature that will be at the end of these preliminary rounds.
Yeah, now we got the second heat race on the track now, led out by car number 25. That's going to be Tyler Ducharme on the pole. This one, he's at a Bomacene, Vermont, the Ducharme Speed DCI Racing Apex Industries number 25 car. And outside of him, that's going to be car number 72. David Kalagi is the driver out of Rochester, New York, the MDI TV Swan Speed Shop number 72. That's row number 1, Dylan.
Row number 1 indeed. And as we continue down, we've got Colin Murphy, Justin Sick, very vocal about all of his happiness when it comes to racing in the real world. Brandon McDonald, Brian Hogue, Zachary Fremo, and Gary Sigelkow are going to be your 8 competitors in heat race number 2. Remember, 6 will transfer, Chase.
Yeah, and after these heat races, we do have one last chance showdown. That will go for 14 laps. Not sure how many cars will transfer out of that one quite yet. We did have a scheduled, I want to say it was 28 cars here for prelim number 1. So we got 6 transfers, so 6 times 3 is 18. I'm guessing we'll take probably 4 or 6 out of that consolation race, and we'll have to wait and see what the officials decide to do there as we are coming to the green flag this time by Tyler Ducharme, another one of those Pro Series drivers here on iRacing. He's a pro in the World of Outlaws, what is now called the CarQuest Auto Parts Pro Series here on iRacing. He's one of those drivers. He should be fun to watch here. And he's a big fan of these big block modifieds. Ran with the DIRTcar eSports tour last year. And we'll see what he does here. Down the air.
And immediately we have a car that has spun right at the line. We're going to have a yellow flag, so no laps to be completed. It appears, I think it was it Justin Sick there?
It sure was. The 15 car having an issue. And the worst part about that, Dylan, we get the caution flag thrown there. And Sick had reset his car back to the pit area, and so he's actually not going to be able to continue on here for this one. So we're going to go yellow, and his heat race will come to an end. He'll be at least have another chance later on in that consolation race.
Yes, in the consolation race, it looks like we're going to be taking out one driver, the winner of the consolation race in a 14-lapper.
That'll change later after that third heat race. That's just kind of what iRacing is telling us right now. But once we get to the consolation, that number does change. So I'm thinking it's going to be 4 or 6, or maybe 3 or 5. Those are my guesses right now.
All right. Well, remember, you are good at math with that 6 times 3. I was pretty proud of you for
thank you.
That one. You know, math can be difficult sometimes. But if we want to talk more about how this is all going to work, the top 12 finishers from each of the 2 preliminary features, those 30-lap features, will move on to the final round. It doesn't matter if you win this feature. It doesn't matter if you finish 12th, because you're going to go moving on to the final round, and we'll have another set of qualifying time trials. So just get into the top 12 and you're good. That is seriously all that matters. And then, of course, with the top 12 from each prelim, we're going to have 24 racers vying for that grand prize of the trip to Super Dirt Week. And there's some other prizes as well. We should talk about second place is going to get a cash prize of $200, third $100, fourth $75, and so on goes the prize money. The top 10 finishers will also receive a complimentary voucher code to watch the 50th Super Dirt Week live on Dirt Vision. So lots of things. Oh, and by the way, the winner of the final not only will get a week-long pit pass for 2 people, a hotel accommodation, up to $1,000 in reimbursement, a trophy, but also on-stage recognition on Friday Night Lights at Super Dirt Week as we go back to racing here, and Tyler Ducharme holds the lead as he had at the beginning of the race. Side by side behind him is Kalagi. Murphy down the inside trying to get some traction. McDonald just behind him comes up to the wall and tries to get a good amount of speed. This 1 and 2 turn complex, very difficult to get right and get good traction out of, Chase.
Yeah, I love this racetrack just because it's so much different from anything else you see in the country. Turns 1 and 2 is just unlike any other track that I have personally visited in my couple of years on the Outlaw Tour. So Weed Sport, always fun to get there. Been there 2 times now as they got a good race going on for second. The 9 car of Colin Murphy trying to dig to the inside of the 72 of David Kalagi. And, these positions are huge right here, Dylan. If you pass a car in these heat races right here, it is going to cost you, or it's going to move you up about 6 positions or so in the A-main starting grid. So Murphy really trying to dig down on the inside of the racetrack to the inside of the 72 of Kalagi. Right now, not able to get the pass done, but the white flag is coming out next time by. He's got to make work, and he's going to make quick work of it right here.
It looks like going back that Gary Sickelkow is not going to have an opportunity to catch up to Zachary Freemow for that final transfer time. But Ducharme has advantage. Kalagi, Murphy side by side. Murphy down the inside into 3. Coming out of 4. Who's going to get the tires to spin cleanly? And it's going to be a photo finish. It looks like Kalagi will get to the line first by 1/1000th of a second.
Man, it looked to me from where I was watching, it looked like Murphy had actually gotten him, but I guess not. So 1/1000th goes to David Kalagi as we get ready for the third heat race of the night. And yet again, another one of our Pro Series drivers in both World of Outlaws sprint cars and late models on iRacing is on the pole. The 48 car out of Hamilton Township, New Jersey. That is going to be Dylan Yeager. Yeager in the 48. Outside of him, the number 1 car. That is Logan Rourke. Rourke out of Henley, Missouri. Row number 2, it's Michael Justified Vecchio in car number 747. And that is an interesting middle name there. I can't say I've ever heard that one before, but Michael Vecchio in the 747. Outside of him, the 56 car. That is going to be Aaron Brown starting 4th. And then we've got Speedy Brissett in the 03 starting in 5th, along with the 13 car, Jacob Banks. And the 007, not James Bond, but Samuel Bachman is out there starting in the 7th spot.
Well, isn't James Bond just a cover name for what their real name
Could
is?
be him.
So it could be him. Nonetheless, we're going to have one more lap before we get to racing here at Weedsport in the 3rd heat of preliminary round number 1. I mean, it looks like we're only going to have 5 drivers not make the feature from specifically qualifying through the heat. So that definitely changes some things when it comes to how many drivers are going to make it from a consolation. If maybe there's a call not to do a consolation.
Man, maybe there might not be one now that you said that. Only 5 cars. I'm not really sure what they're going to do about that. We'll find out immediately as the checkered flag falls in this heat race, though, as the green flag comes out, and Yeager immediately out to the race lead. Yeager right now in the top 5 in the World Outlaws Buck Kicker Late Model Series point standings there, Dylan. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's very good at iRacing, and tonight I think he's going to be one of the main contenders when it comes to winning the overall later on.
Well, there's a good battle happening in the top 3 spots. Almost some contact. Aaron Brown and Logan Rourke almost come together up high out of turn number 1, but they keep it smooth. A little bit of an advantage has come out for Rourke, but Brown coming right back at him. Top 3 separated by a few car lengths from the rest of the field. We've got a good battle for spots 4 through 7. Remember, the top 6 are the drivers who qualify automatically for the preliminary feature. Right now, Jacob Banks is in that final transfer spot, but he slides up high and allows Samuel Bachman to get a little bit of speed. Almost caught up to him there on lap 4 out of 10.
Yeah, Bachman not too far behind here. This is the closest we've seen for that last transfer spot throughout the 3 heat races. Bachman keeping the 0-4 up. Jacob Banks right there within striking distance, almost halfway through this heat race, and Bachman is liking the top of the racetrack right now, Dylan. Gets a little bit diamondy off the corner right there off of 4, loses some ground, and Banks, now he's going to be in a battle here as Speedy Brissett and Michael Vecchio are side-by-side in front of him. Might back up that 0-4 car right into the clutches of the 007 with 4 to go this time by.
Vecchio and Brissett side by side. Vecchio in the 747, Brissett in the 03, still side by side. Going down the backstretch, Dylan Yeager has a sizable advantage over a second now over Logan Rourke as we head down into lap number 8. 3 laps to go here. Who's going to be the odd man out? Bachman really high with that diamond, almost gets into the wall. The 007 trying desperately to keep his hopes for a grand prize alive here as we get to the penultimate lap of this heat.
Man, the race for 4th. Oh, man, contact right there. The 747 of Vecchio. Yeah, here comes Bachman as Vecchio got hit by the 0-3. Oh! And Bachman's going to give him a shot in the shorts off of 4 right there. The white flag is out. And he sees an opening here for a potential transfer spot. What's going to happen in the final corner, Dylan?
Using a little bit of the chrome horn. I don't think he's close enough. He's going to try and throw it around the outside. This slick surface, it's not going to be enough. Vecchio gets the final transfer position. Dylan Yeager wins the race by almost 2 seconds over Logan Rourke, as well as Aaron Brown, Speedy Brissett, Jacob Banks. Those 6 are the transfers. We are skipping the consolation race. So the 5 drivers that did not make it through the heats, that is all we will see from them in this entire event.
Yeah, so I think those guys might tag the tail. Am I wrong? Nope, I am wrong on that. Don't worry about it. No, I was right. Yeah, so all those guys are going to tag the tail. So everybody, there was 23 cars that showed up there, Dylan. So all 23 will make the show. John Canizarro, Gary Sigelkow, Samuel Bachman, Todd Gardner, and Justin Sick. Even though they didn't transfer through the heat race, they will tag the tail. So that's going to keep their hopes alive. Remember, they got to finish in the top 12 if they want to be in the final, so they're going to have to make their way to the front quickly in 30 laps here from eSports. But a little bit of a warm-up session going on here. We've got about 4 minutes or so till the grid. Not sure if we're going to roll some commercials or if we're going to kind of watch these guys burn the track a little bit, but yeah, Dylan, excited for the rest of the night here.
Yeah, I guess a lot of the things on when it comes to an iRacing special event, we sometimes don't see exactly what will happen until the officials make that decision, make that call. You know, sometimes you don't have you can't tune in your scanner to 454.0 and listen to the officials channel. Sometimes you just have to see as quickly as everybody else gets to see. But nonetheless, it looks like we're going to have 23 competitors in this 30-lap feature. Going to be interesting to see who the top 12 are. Only 11 drivers will not make it into the final round from preliminary race, or preliminary show, I should say, number 1, Chase.
Yeah, and if you're watching this and, wondering, how could I be involved? Well, I mean, it's a little bit too late for this race, but I do know that Jordan DeLucia and the guys behind the scenes here are planning on doing some more races. You got to follow, I believe it's DIRTcar, DIRTcar Racing on Twitter. Also go to the DIRTcar eSports website, and there will be some more races and things like that posted on there. And if you're watching at home, make sure to tell your friends if they're bored right now and they're looking for something to watch. DIRTcar eSports on Twitch, twitch.tv/DIRTcar_eSports. Turn them our way. We got a couple viewers right now, a couple people actually chatting on the stream on there. Good to see that. So we've got a few more minutes left of warm-up here, and then we'll get into the 23-car starting grid for 30 laps around this place, and we'll do it all over again in about half an hour or so.
And don't forget what's coming out in just a week or so from now. I believe it's exactly a week. Is the World of Outlaws dirt racing video game. Obviously, iRacing, Monster Games. They are one and the same now, and they've worked very hard on this title. We've gotten a chance to play it a few times, both in its beta and alpha phases, if you want to call it that, as well as a little bit of special pre-release date time today. And I gotta say, Chase, I'm not sure if you've gotten to take a swing there, but it is extremely refined from so many titles that have come before it in so many different genres. It's a lot of fun so far. I love that the late models are involved in it. It's the first time in a World of Outlaw game, I believe, that the late models have ever been involved. Before, obviously, the cult classic, that is the 2002 World of Outlaw sprint car game. And then there was a 2010 version, which is definitely not the favorite of a lot of our nostalgia. But nonetheless, this is a fantastic title. There's so many career options. There's a DLC, bunch of DLC that's being planned to come out, including 2 new series. You got pre-order bonus, just so much that you can play in this game. And the career mode, by the way, you're going to be able to rise through the ranks, street stocks, 305, 6410 sprints. You've got crates, you've got super late models. There's so much. And more series will be added through its lifeline. So definitely a lot of fun. And by the way, for anybody who sees this and says, you know what, I want to take my talents to Miami. No, I'm not LeBron James. I want to take my talents to iRacing. Well, you can go to iRacing's website, and then in a promotional code, you get some discounts for 3 months, and that's PR-Outlaws3 for a 3-month discount, or PR-Outlaws12 for a full year discount. I've been on iRacing for a number of years, as have you, Chase, and I've had 3 wins.
3?
Maybe 4. Not to brush off the success that I've had, but you know, I won an 11-car race at Talladega with super late models.
Wow, that is actually impressive. You know what, and I kind of want to brag real quick, Dylan. I've been on iRacing for over 10 years now. I was looking at my profile the other day. I've been a member since 2011, so 11 years. And I have a few more. I'm not trying to brag, but I have a few more than 3 wins. I have 5, 6, I have probably close to 650 victories on iRacing.
650.
650. Yeah, 650. I'm not kidding. That's real. I used to be really sweaty on this game back in the day. Actually, in 2012, I ran over 600 races in 1 year. And then, actually, 2013, I ran almost 900 races in 1 year. So I used to have no life. But let's take a look at the starting grid real quick here. Robbie Swan, Tyler Ducharme front row. We got Dylan Yeager and Dalton DeWert in row number 2. Or sorry, let me get that correct here. Robbie Swan, Tyler Ducharme, then Dylan Yeager and Damian Kiefer. David Kalagi and Logan Rourke in row number 3. Row 4, Dalton DeWert and Colin Murphy. Row number 5, Aaron Brown and Brian Lawson. Row 6, it's going to be Brandon McDonald and Speedy Brissett. Row 7, Logan Wentz and Brian Ho. Row number 8, the 13 of Jacob Banks, the 10 of Dylan Rabtoy. Row number 9, you got the 6 of Zachary Freeman, the 747 of Michael Vecchio. Then you've got your number 4 car, John Canizarro, 21 car, Gary Sigelkow, the 007 of Samuel Bachman, the 46 of Todd Gardner, and the 15 of Justin Sick. Will be the 23 car field 30 times around here. And like we said, no money up for grabs in this one, but you got to be in the top 12 to run in the finale.
That is all that matters, and the 03 of Speedy Brissett is in that transfer spot on the bubble. By the way, in 102 oval races, 3 wins. Nonetheless, wow, we are green and ready to get racing here at eSports. It's the feature race for preliminary number 1, and the top 12 will make it. And a very bold move to try and cut down the inside. We've got wreck on the backstretch. Lots of cars get involved, and I've got to say, with Logan Wentz involved, who was right on the bubble, a few others still trying to get out of there. Tyler Ducharme, who started second. That was way too brash, way too early.
Well, actually, looking at it from my angle here, I don't think that was Ducharme's fault at all here, Dylan. I rewound it here on my end. The 48 of Dylan Yeager actually going to the inside of Ducharme and hit the inside wall and came up the track into the side of the 25 of Ducharme, who in turn went up the track and got into the side of Damian Kiefer. And that's really when things got set off right there. So I'm not basing any of the blame on the 25 of Ducharme. He was just riding around, and Yeager must have just misjudged it a little bit there and hit that inside wall and collect all those other drivers.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of misjudgment. I think you always have to go back to the old adage of whose corner is it, and it's difficult to go 3 wide lap 1 on turn 2 of eSports. You just cut down at such a sharp angle. A lot of the time, drivers will use that diamond, go all the way up high, swing down low, and it's really hard if you're taking a low line to kind of cut that wheel back to the inside and not come up on somebody. So definite miscalculation there by potentially a couple guys. Racing incident, maybe you'd say, Chase?
Oh, yeah, a couple of guys right there that I thought would be contenders to win this race here tonight. But, Yeager's going to keep going. Ducharme is at the tail, and now he's got to come all the way forward and get himself at least into the top 12. He is currently running 22nd on the speedway right now, so Ducharme got a lot of work ahead of him, but luckily that happened on lap number 1. Caution laps do not count, so he's going to have plenty of time to get back up there. And what I'll tell you, being at eSports in real life, Dylan, I am not surprised at all to see a guy hit the inside wall. The wall it's weird. It sticks out down there on that end of the racetrack.
It swallows you up.
Yeah, it's just like it sticks out right in the racing groove. It's so weird. And Yeager just a little bit of a miscalculation there, and it turned out to be a pretty bad deal for the 25 of Ducharme.
Yeah, for sure, and it looks like Todd Gardner, I'm not even sure he actually even took the field, so it looks like we only have 22 who started this race. Justin Sick, well, he looks like he was able to gain a few positions, unless I'm miscalculating it. We're on lap 1. The question is, will they go all back to the positions that they were in when the race started? Is it like a complete restart? Again, things that in the real world we know, yes, complete restart, but here it's a little bit of a question mark.
Well, I can tell you right now that Dylan Yeager just got a penalty for that contact on that initial start there. Jaeger is at the tail end of the field now. He got an end-of-the-line penalty. So Jaeger and Ducharme, two of the huge favorites, in Vegas, I would say, are going to be coming from the tail here. And that's going to move, obviously, Robbie Swan was on the pole, but that's going to move Damian Kiefer second, David Kalagi to third, Logan Rourke to fourth, and Dalton DeWart up to fifth. And so a double file restart here. 29 laps to go. I believe the pace truck lights will go out this time by, and that is indeed the case. We're going green next time.
Jaeger understood. He had no argument there with Jordan DeLucia, the DIRTcar eSports director. So yes, Robbie Swan will be taking the field to the restart, as well as Damian Kiefer, who started the race in fourth. Well, he's going to be right alongside. Behind Swan, well, it's going to be a few guys, including Kalagi. We're back to racing. 29 laps to go. Robbie Swan in the lead, has the car length advantage, going through two, side by side, going back, and another yellow flag is out. I see that Logan Wentz and Tyler Ducharme might have come together there. We'll try and find out what happened, but once again, we can't complete a full lap, and look at the replay, Chase. The six of Freemu got either turned or just got loose there. Yep, he just got loose.
Yeah, indeed he did. Just went down into the corner, and he just actually keyed up, or he just actually typed down there in the chat, said, "Sorry guys, all me." Went into the corner, nearly, got into the 17 machine right in front of him, got on the brakes hard, spun that car around, collected the 007 of Samuel Bachman, the 48 of Jaeger, along with the 15 of Justin Sick, got a piece of him as well. So not a good start to this race. Got 2 laps complete. We've been going for about 7.5 minutes. So I think I could run around the Weed Sports Speedway in 2 laps faster than that. I'm no athlete there, Dylan, but I think I could.
If you're no athlete, then what does that make me?
I'm not sure. I have to think of something. Yeah. So maybe we should race each other and see, like on foot, and see what happens. You
legitimately have like the wingspan of 3 bald eagles and the height. 3, yes. That's yeah.
But bald eagle, I have hair though. That's disrespect.
No disrespect intended, but maybe there will be now. I don't know.
Okay. That's acceptable.
Nonetheless, I think can't quite see if we're going to go back until the pace car will cross the line. The lights are still, no, they look to be out right now, if you can.
Yes.
Yes, they are. And you know what that means? We're going back racing again at the conclusion of this pace lap. Robbie Swan still in front. Damian Kiefer on his outside. Swan has taken off twice pretty comfortably. Did not get involved in that lap 1 incident.
Yeah, they've been able to go unscathed here for the first 2 laps, but we'll see if that is able to continue on for them as the green flag comes back out, and we're racing back into turn number 1. Swan with the lead, Kiefer second, Kalagi in third.
Another collision in the back. Yellow is coming out. It looks like Logan Wentz was turned, and no, actually, he almost was turned. He went into the chrome horn of, well, his chrome horn went into the rear of another car in front of him, and then another car came in flying, hitting his rear. So, again, 1 and 2 proving to be a little difficult for the drivers in this preliminary feature number 1, Chase.
Yeah, this is tough. I think maybe in the next one, I'm not sure if they could change it or not, but we need to, maybe do admin yellows might be the better decision here. We just had a car running in last place almost there, bring out the yellows. So tough deal, tough way to start this deal with a 2-car collision there. As you mentioned, Jacob Banks and the 18 of Logan Wentz. Banks in the 04. So they are both at the tail end of the field. Wentz's car looks like it has a couple of dents. Wentz has got dents. I'm just making stuff up here, Dylan. This is what happens when we have 3 yellows in a row. You got to start making things up. But hopefully that the next prelim race we can get in relatively cleanly. But I'll tell you who's enjoying this is your race leader, Robbie Swan. Just plugging laps away. We've only got 3 laps in. He's loving it. The other guy that's loving it is the DIRTcar up there on the outside of the front row. Damian Kiefer, a ton of damage on the right side and the rear end of that car after that first lap incident. But he's been able to hang on. I don't know how that car's going to react when we go with, a decent green flag run. But I would imagine it's probably not going to handle too well with all that damage.
Not at all, but race fans, we want to thank you so far for watching on 3 separate sources: the DIRTcar eSports channel on Twitch, the DIRTcar Racing channel on YouTube, as well as DIRTcar Racing's Facebook page. We always try to make it easy for you to be able to follow along with everything that we do. And of course, Jordan DeLucia, big pusher, as we hope to get more esports events going in the future in DIRTcar Racing. Pace car is off. Robbie Swan takes away. We're back to racing here. Lap 4 of the 30-lap feature in preliminary round number 1. Swan not as comfortable as last time. Kiefer, 2 is inside. They might be side by side as they head into 3, sliding down low. Swan's going to have the advantage when it comes to momentum. He clears him and goes into 1. A little bit of touch from behind. Rourke hits Kiefer and tries to cut down low. He's going to have momentum here. The Diamonds.
Yeah, we've actually made it a couple laps here, Dylan. Once these guys get spread out, I don't think we're going to be seeing too many incidents here. But, great job so far by Robbie Swan. He's got the lead, but just by the slimmest of margins. Damian Kiefer actually looking to the inside, down the back straightaway. Heading back into turn number 3. This time by the come around and complete lap number 7. Still a lot of time left in this one. 3rd place car, Logan Rourke. Never heard of this driver before there, Dylan, but he looks strong early in this one, pushing around the DIRTcar of Kiefer for that 7th spot.
Now remember, let's take a look back at position number 12. That's the bubble position. Somebody is going to finish in 12th and move on. They're going to have the same advantages and disadvantages as anybody who wins this race because they all qualify for the big 15-lap feature, and then they just get going. He is side by side right now with Tyler Ducharme, who was up there at the beginning of this race before getting involved in the lap 1 incident. He takes away the spot. Now Ducharme is on the bubble.
Yeah, Ducharme now up to 12th. Little contact behind him as the 747 of Vecchio got moved out of the way a little bit there by the number 14 machine of Brian Hogue, as the 48 of Jaeger is the other driver to watch for back there, trying to make his way towards one of those top 12 positions. Up front, it's all about Robbie Swan running the best laps between him and the rest of the guys inside of the top 5. So looks like the 37's got this race in control, closing in on the halfway point. But my eyes right now, Dylan, are on the 48 of Dylan Jaeger. He's by the 14 of Hogue. He's up to 14th position now.
Remember, we're going to say it, and we're going to say it a lot. Doesn't matter if you finish 12th. Jaeger currently looking to get to that bubble spot in 14th position right now. As he looks ahead of him, Ducharme gets into the wall out of 1. He keeps it going, though. Ducharme has Brandon McDonald in the 5 car. 17 if you have software that lets you see some custom paint schemes. But nonetheless, Brandon McDonald in that bubble spot right now. Justin Sick in 13th, trying to find a way around, or Jaeger that was. Yellow is out. Couldn't quite see what happened, Chase.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened either there, but I think it might have had something to do with who was it? Logan Wentz, I believe. He's back in the pit area right now. And yeah, that was the caution for the number 18 car. He was going through turn number 4, got way to the high side. Car sliding to his inside was the 21 of Gary Sigelkow. They were raced for 17th position. Sigelkow got into the left rear of the 18 and spun him into the infield. And that brings out the yellow with 13 complete and 17 to go. And a huge caution right there for those 2 drivers making their way up from the tail. The 25 and the 48 car, Jaeger and Ducharme, are going to have a great chance now to gain some more positions. It doesn't matter, obviously. You want to, obviously just be in that top 12, Dylan. But, you want to try and test your car out in traffic just to, maybe make some setup adjustments for later on when it comes to that big feature later.
Absolutely. A lot of this, it's the fixed setup here at eSports. So a lot of this, you're just trying to get into a good rhythm And I always wonder, you know how if we talk about playoff teams and if they have more of a break than other teams, is that going to hurt them? Well, could it hurt these preliminary number one guys when it comes to just getting into form, getting into shape when the top 12 do go to the feature? The pace car is off. Robbie Swan takes us away. We are lap 14, almost halfway through this 30-lap feature. Swan way up high, gets into the cushion. Damian Kiefer is going to have a run down the bottom. Doesn't matter. Caution out on lap 14.
We got a car upside down in turn number 1. It was a 17 of Brandon McDonald, was running in the 11th position at the time. Got into turn number 1, and a car slid up right in front of him, entering the corner. That was Brian Lawson. 17 car of McDonald then flew up the track. Dylan Yeager went to his inside. They, kind of wheel hopped each other. The 17 nearly goes out of the ballpark, brings out the yellow. McDonald back in the pit area right now.
Well, that's going to lead to us going to green on the halfway point of this race, lap 15, not 15 completed, but 14 completed on the 15th lap once we come back. But lots of excitement going for this race, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. We got 14 in. We're going to be halfway when we go back to the green flag. And, there's a guy that's really made his way up through the field here, actually. How about John Canizarro? Did not transfer out of the heat race, and he's up from 19th to 9th in car number 3. What a run for that driver. I don't even think he ran the heat race, Dylan.
Yeah, you know what? He did run in the heat race, but he just didn't really have that much. I believe he, if I'm remembering correctly, I think he had an incident earlier. But nonetheless, it does not matter. He's currently fighting for a spot up top.
Yeah, just kept his nose clean the entire race, and it has paid off here so far. Now he's just got to reciprocate that, make sure that he keeps his nose clean throughout the rest of this feature event. He's got Tyler Ducharme and Dylan Yeager, though, right behind him. He is surely probably going to lose at least one more spot to one of those guys and put himself in the potential danger zone there. Justin Sick is back there, Brian Hogue, Michael Vecchio, a couple guys that are anxious. They know this race is winding down. They know they need to be in the top 12. What will they do to get there? The green flag is back out.
Robbie Swan leads the field again, the lap 15 of 30. Preliminary feature number 1. Damian Kiefer is down low, right against the wall. He has a slight advantage, but he's going to have to cut down a lot of speed. He takes the quickest way, but he won't have the momentum down the straightaway. Robbie Swan leads at the halfway point here. Still a lot of infighting going on up front, but for position 12, it looks like Dylan Yeager currently holds that position on lap 16 of 30.
And we are side by side across the finish line right there. We're between Robbie Swan and Damian Kiefer. Good race up front. Swan nearly tags the wall off of 2. And that is going to be the 0 of Kiefer to the inside down the back straightaway. Kiefer just gets off the bottom a little bit right there, and it's going to cost him. Swan's able to drive back around him, but a phenomenal battle at the front of the field right now between the 37 and the 0.
You're not kidding. Great racing going on at front, way up high, almost tagging the wall again. Robbie Swan's going to have a huge advantage down this straightaway, cannot completely clear, but going into 1 and 2, he goes way up high, again going all the way up to the wall. He's going to have the most speed down the straight, and a caution comes out. Couldn't quite see what happened, but we do have 2 cars stopped around turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, this time it looks like a mistake from the 747 of Michael Vecchio. Vecchio got into turn number 1 right there, Dylan, and it looks like he just turned too early into the corner and hit the inside wall, spun out, and Zachary Freemouth just absolutely hit him head on at full speed, and also collected Gary Sigelkow in the 25. So 3-car incident there, and it looks like that's the end of the night. The 747 back to the pit area. Michael Vecchio is done for this event. Let's recap here and tell you who's in the top 12, who's going to be moving on to the feature if they can hang on for 11 more laps. We've got Robbie Swan, Damian Kiefer, David Kalagi, Logan Rourke, Colin Murphy, Dalton DeWart, John Canizarro, Aaron Brown, Tyler Ducharme, Speedy Brissett, Dylan Yeager, and Brian Lawson right now are the 12 guys that would be locked into the finale.
Well, we still have a little bit of time remaining. We're going to restart, I believe, in a lap on lap 20, and that's going to mean 11 green flag laps to go. This is going to be an interesting finish to this race because, again, we can look all at who is winning, who potentially could win this preliminary feature, but it really doesn't matter.
It really does not. There is, there's really no advantage to winning or running 12th here. I guess just to show that you have a fast car, I guess, would be the only thing. But, no money, no extra points, no anything like that. So, pace truck kind of pull off here. 11. Actually, it's going to be 10 to go when we come across the start-finish line right here. Robbie Swan and Damian Kiefer are set to resume their duel at the front of the field here.
Robbie Swan with a big advantage again. He's going to go into 3 all by himself, and he's going to have a big advantage. Damian Kiefer did not get off that well in the back of the field. There is a caution up high. Cars did not turn, but got a little bit squirrely and up into the wall. It looks like there's some apologies.
Yeah, Logan Rourke in the 17 was in the 4th position right there and just got hit from behind by the what looks to be the 82 car of Dalton DeWart. DeWart just kind of misjudged his corner entry right there, ran into the back of the 17, turned him around, also collected slightly. Looks like oh my goodness, did you see Dylan Yeager right there, Dylan?
No.
He missed the wreck by driving between the opening and the K-rail on the inside of turn number 2 and then came out on the opposite side of turn 2. I don't know if he got a black flag for that or not, but incredible wreck dodging skills there.
Now I'm seeing it. That was quite incredible. Dylan Yeager just says, please don't murder me on the on the mic. You know, listening to driver's radio and official radio can be so entertaining. If you're ever at a race and you can listen to what official radios or driver radios, what's going on there, I really think you should listen.
Yeah, probably. I definitely agree with that. And that's kind of one of the weird things about iRacing. You could hear what the drivers are saying to each other during the race. Obviously, it's not like, a regular big block modified race where nobody is talking to anybody, no spotters or anything like that. But iRacing allows you to kind of talk to your competitors, especially there's a lot of talking when somebody gets wrecked.
Yes.
That's my favorite. I love those conversations when somebody gets wrecked and they start talking to each other.
Especially when somebody is mad at another person. Logan Rourke is typing in the chat that he didn't cause the caution, so why does he have to go into the back? And a bit of an explanation from DIRTcar racing director Dean Reynolds. It's potentially because you stopped. That's what iRacing said. We're going single file on the restart here. Robbie Swan will take away. We're on lap 22 of 30. Robbie Swan, of course, in first, but in position number 12, the all-important position. Brian Hogue currently sits one spot ahead of Brandon McDonald. This is for that final transfer spot for the 50-lap feature, and, of course, at the very least, getting $20 back.
And remember, McDonald was upside down earlier, Dylan, and now fighting to the inside of Hogue is that 17 car trying to get by him and put himself into the finale. Going to be 7 to go this time by, and close quarters action off of turn number 4 between the 14 and the 17 for the final position. Oh, a little sideways into the corner right there from McDonald, able to turn it down the hill, gets the grip though, and he's got the spot.
He's got the spot, but can he make it stick? Look right behind Dylan Raptoy, who finished 6th in one of the heats. He's going to potentially have an opportunity here to get into this 50-lap feature. They're all closing in on the number 99 of Brian Lawson, who is in 11th right now. Lawson is not safe as we head to 5 to go here at Weedsport.
And Robbie Swan has absolutely gapped the 0 car of Damian Kiefer, almost a second lead after what was a very entertaining battle prior to that last caution. And now Raptoy, as you were talking about, 22 car way up next to the wall there in the backfield, trying to get the 14 of
He
Hogue.
lost it.
Just hit the inside wall in turn one. Did not spin out. Loses the spot to Logan Rourke and the 22 of Raptoy. So that's going to be the end of the race here for Hogue. Unless a caution comes out. We've only got 3 laps to go.
Which, of course, there is potential for, but why would there be any cautions from people fighting in the top 12? They'd have to get very lucky here as we get to 2 laps to go. Robbie Swan going around the outside of a lapped car. That's Gary Sigelkow, and he's just going to keep carrying on. Robbie Swan with a ton of momentum will take the white flag. 1 to go. Yellow flag is out!
Wow, who was that? Who wrecked?
How about this for
Kiefer.
drama?
Damian Kiefer just wrecked. Oh my, and Kiefer hit a lap car.
Unbelievable. Damian Kiefer has gotten spun by a lapped car, and in looking at the replay of it, I don't know if it was really that he got spun or he just
it looks like he came down the track.
He came down. It definitely looked like he came down, and that also might have been the penalty limit for the lapped car that he did get into it with in Sigelkow. It looks like it was. So, my goodness, this is potential to be an absolute upset because Kiefer is all the way in the back now.
Yeah, we got to find out where exactly he is. So I believe, okay, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. He's 16th for the restart.
Oh,
he's going to have 2 laps to try and do something in that machine. I mean, he was running top 3 the whole race. And it looked like he came down, but also at the same time, Gary Sigelkow kind of came up a little bit. That car got tight, and it was just the wrong place, wrong time for Damian Kiefer. And unfortunately, unless he pulls off some kind of hero move here with 2 to go, I do not see him making it as the green flag is back out.
Robbie Swan will lead the field to the restart. 2 laps to go here in this now 31 lap feature. Damian Kiefer is going to have to get a miracle here. Maybe another yellow would help him out. He is right up against the wall as Robbie Swan goes into one on the last lap. Colin Murphy is there with Swan. I don't think he's going to do anything, though. He's going to run up the outside. He has momentum. Will he be able to cut down the inside? How about the outside? No. Robbie Swan wins feature number 1, preliminary number 1. And in the feature with the final spot is Logan Rourke. Missing it is Damian Kiefer, who had all the ability to make it in the world. He just got too involved with a lapped car. Dylan Raptoy, Brian Hogue, and others are out of it. But moving on, Chase, is Robbie Swan, Colin Murphy, Tyler Ducharme, David Kalagi, Dylan Yeager, John Canizarro, who started in 19th. Aaron Brown, Speedy Brissett, Justin Sick, Brian Lawson, Brandon McDonald, and Logan Rourke. How about the drama?
Well, there was definitely no shortage of drama in that one. Wowzers. But how about it? Robbie Swan asserting himself as a dominant force here to potentially take home the grand prize in the feature later on tonight. So, great stuff there, and I don't know if we're going to get an interview with Robbie. He is not in our channel quite yet, so I think we're just going to take a quick break. I mean, the next one starts at about 5 minutes here, Dylan, so we're not going to be taking too much downtime here.
Yeah, so let's do that, load up into a quick break. You are watching DIRTcar eSports. It's the Super Dirt Week 50 for 50 eSports Classic. The winner of the 50-lap feature gets to go to the 50th running of Super Dirt Week. I'm Dylan Coyle, Chase Rodman. We will be right back for preliminary round number 2.
Blindfold engaged.
3, 2, 1, hard left, hard left.
Pretty solid.
Straight, hard left, hard left, hard left. Down, side. Yeah, we're lost. How you lost?
I'm gonna need you to do a better job for me than I did for you.
I'll try and be a little calmer.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Right, left, hard left. Sorry, I didn't want to sit. 3, 2, 1. Hard right. All right, gas it.
It's kind of chaos.
Dirt Vision is home to all the greatest shows on dirt. World of Outlaw Sprints, Late Models, and Super Dirt Car Series. You also get DIRTcar Summer Nationals and weekly shows from America's top tracks. Dirt Vision has the best all-around live coverage with flexible options for casual and hardcore fans. No commitments, cancel anytime, apps for most devices. Get your Fast Pass now at DIRTvision.com.
I don't like this at all.
Left. Right. Stop. Straight. Left. Okay, pin it.
How you feeling, Tilden?
Not good, but good enough to beat these boys.
That's right. Left. Straight. Open up a little. Go, little left, straight. And gas.
Didn't follow the course.
Not even trying.
Hey, we're just playing the game.
Call us outlaws. We don't mind. We're young, we're old, and everything in between. You know, there are badass outlaws scattered all across the world. We proudly wear the name. We have an unapologetic toughness that can't be denied. We're not just tough. We're outlaw tough.
It's pretty dark.
Go. Slight left.
Straight back, you're looking great. Start slowing down. Break. Right. Oh, no, straight.
Missed it.
Gas it, left. Okay, good. We're good. Damn it.
You got panic mode there at the end. Probably used some words that I shouldn't have. Go. Straight. Oh, no.
I stalled it.
All right, gas it up.
Just a little bit. Slow,
straight.
Oh boy.
The 50th Napa Super Dirt Week, October 3rd through the 9th. Racing, music, camping, and more. It's the 50th running of racing's biggest party, October 3rd through the 9th at Oswego Speedway. Don't miss the superstars of dirt car racing go wheel to wheel, then stay for the live music and entertainment. Get your tickets now at superdirtweek.com or call 844-DIRT-TICKS. Be there.
Dirt Racing will be available September 27th. Pre-order your copy today.
Hello and welcome back to DIRTcar eSports on Dirt Vision. You can catch us live on the DIRTcar eSports Twitch channel, as well as the DIRTcar Racing YouTube channel and DIRTcar Racing Facebook channel. It is the Super Dirt Week 50 for 50 eSports Classic. I'm Dylan Coyle, joined alongside my co-commentator Chase Rodman. We're having a fun time here. Preliminary round number 1 has been completed. The top 12 drivers from prelims number 1 will advance to the final round, the 50-lap feature here at eSports Speedway, with the winner getting the grand prize of an all-expenses-paid trip to Super Dirt Week, the 50th running, October 3rd through October 9th. Lots of fun in that aspect, of course. With the 50th running of Super Dirt Week coming, Friday Night Lights is going to be a special time for the winner, as well as they will be honored with a special custom trophy that both highlights this event and the 50th running of Super Dirt Week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, iRacing, the premier simulation-based motorsports. I don't want to say it's a game, because it's not. It's real life, it feels like. It's so much fun. And I love playing it as well. I love racing in it, because you can simulate exactly what it feels like to be in one of these big block modifieds around Weed Sport. Everything matters so much. It's so important as well. And another thing there is what Monster Games and iRacing have done together as iRacing acquired Monster Games. They have created the World of Outlaws dirt racing video game, which will be coming out for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series S/X in just a week's time. Gonna be a lot of fun once that game comes out. I've tried a good bit of it. It's a lot of fun. You know, if anybody remembers that classic 2002 World of Outlaws sprint car racing game, well, goodness, I remember that. I remember playing it still, and I love it. This might beat that out. Maybe not for nostalgia, but this has everything you could want from a World of Outlaws video game. Not only do you get the World of Outlaws late models as well as the World of Outlaws sprint cars, but you also get pro stocks, or street stocks I should say, as well as 305, 360, 410 sprints, the crate late models, you get the super late models, and more series will be added in due time. Super DIRTcar series, that's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, there's pre-order bonuses as well. Just lots of good going with that game coming out in a week's time. Also, if you're interested in getting involved in iRacing, of course, you can race with whatever wheel and pedal setup you have. You can get a discount on iRacing subscriptions for either 3 months or a year. And to tell you a little bit about that, of course, we've been sent some codes for you guys to be able to use. PR-Outlaws12 for a full year discount, and PR-Outlaws3 for a 3-month discount. Anybody who wants to sign up as a new subscriber can sign up using those codes for the discount. So lots of fun to be had there. We're going to start qualifying in just a little bit, but while that's happening, we'll be right back with some words from our sponsors.
Blindfold engaged.
3, 2, 1, hard left, hard left.
You're solid.
Straight, straight, hard left, hard left, hard left. Down, side, side, side. Yeah, we're lost. How are you lost?
I'm gonna need you to do a better job for me than I did for you.
I'll try and be a little calmer.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Right, right, right left, hard left. Sorry, I didn't want to say it. 3, 2, 1. Hard right, hard right, hard right. All right, gas it.
It's kind of chaos.
Dirt Vision is home to all the greatest shows on dirt. World of Outlaw sprints, late models, and Super DIRTcar series. You also get DIRTcar Summer Nationals and weekly shows from America's top tracks. Dirt Vision has the best all-around live coverage with flexible options for casual and hardcore fans. No commitments, cancel anytime, apps for most devices. Get your Fast Pass now at DIRTvision.com.
I don't like this at all.
Left, 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 left. Left. Right. Stop. Straight. Left, left. Okay, pin it. Pin it.
How you feeling, Tilden?
Not good, but good enough to beat these boys.
That's right. Left, 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 left. Straight, straight, straight. Open up a little. Go, go left, oh, straight. And gas.
Didn't follow the course.
Not even trying.
Hey, we're just playing the game.
Call us outlaws. We don't mind. We're young, we're old, and everything in between. You know, there are badass outlaws scattered all across the world. We proudly wear the name. We have an unapologetic toughness that can't be denied. We're not just tough, we're outlaw tough.
It's pretty dark.
Go, 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 go. Slight left.
Straight back, you're looking great. Start slowing down, brake, 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 brake. Right, 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 right. Oh, no, no, straight, late, straight.
Missed it.
Gas it, left, left. Okay, good, we're good, we're good. Damn it.
You got panic mode there at the end. Bad. Probably used some words that I shouldn't have. Go. Straight. Oh, no. I stalled it.
All right, gas it up. Just a little bit. Slow, straight.
Oh, boy.
The 50th Napa Super Dirt Week, October 3rd through the 9th. Racing, music, camping, and more. It's the 50th running of racing's biggest party, October 3rd through the 9th at Oswego Speedway. Don't miss the superstars of dirt car racing go wheel to wheel, then stay for the live music and entertainment. Get your tickets now at superdirtweek.com or call 844-DIRT-TICKS. Be there.
Dirt Racing will be available September 27th. Pre-order your copy today.
Welcome back to DIRTcar eSports. We are live at eSports Speedway. You can watch us on the DIRTcar eSports Twitch channel, DIRTcar Racing channel on YouTube, and DIRTcar Racing page on Facebook. It's the Super Dirt Week 50 for 50 eSports Classic. The winner of the final round's 50-lap feature will get an all-expenses-paid trip to Super Dirt Week, October 3rd through 9th in Oswego, New York. I'm Dylan Coyle, joined alongside Chase Rodman. And I gotta say, Chase, that's a pretty awesome prize.
Yeah, I was thinking when I read that, I was like, holy cow, man, they are offering a lot. I mean, did you just say everything? I mean, you get the pit pass week long, you got the hotel room, you got the $1,000, you got a trophy, you get your, get some recognition at the event. I have never been to Super Dirt Week. I hear it's a great time. Are you going this year, Dylan?
I will be there this year, and you get the opportunity to meet me. I don't think
there you go.
That's,
you don't want that. But
you don't want that. Chase has met me enough times, and I've tried to become a super fan of Chase. And
it's about as bad as meeting Rick Eshelman.
Oh, Rick isn't even here to defend himself. Rick, of course, the recently inducted Hall of Fame announcer for the World of Outlaws Case Construction Equipment Late Model Series. So we always love messing with Rick, just like Rick loves messing with us. But we have another complete show as we see the Pace truck pop into the screen right there. A complete show of, I believe, 26 total drivers are going to be racing in this session, in this preliminary round. So, again, let's go over the rules, the format. We're going to have 3 heats, 10 laps per heat. Cautions are enabled. Top 6 will transfer into the feature. Of course, we will have a consolation race, a B-main, a last chance showdown, whatever you'd like to call it, that will decide the remaining drivers making it into the 30-lap feature of preliminary session number 2. This is the same round as the last preliminary race. However, this is a different session entirely. So, we got a lot of fun to have. 9 drivers in heat race number 1. Where you finish in these heats determines where you will start if you make it a transfer spot in the 30-lap feature. But as long as you finish in the top 12 in the 30-lap feature, that is all you need to make it to the final round. 24 drivers will qualify for that final round. They'll all set time trial laps, and based on their time trial times, they will be slotted in the grid. They get going with a 50-lap feature. Everyone pretty much wins something, but, I mean, you want to be the winner and get that all-expenses-paid trip to Super Dirt Week. I'm excited for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's definitely one of the biggest events in dirt car racing, Chase.
Oh, absolutely. Don't you always want to win, though? You don't want to finish second. No, second place, still get $200, which ain't bad. But here we go. Green flag is out for heat race number 1. 10 laps and your race leader. This guy won a lot with the DIRTcar eSports series not too long ago. Bryce Bailey, car number 2, showing the way. Dylan Wilson, another one of those pro drivers with the World of Outlaws Late Model Series on iRacing, is running in second. Chase Hardy is third. Kevin Collins, Matt Sanders, and Dylan Thomas on the move in 0-3. He's from 8th to 6th at lap number 1.
Scott Rayome, Dean Reynolds, and Jeremiah Lockwood are the rest of the field. Does that Dean Reynolds name sound familiar to you?
Never heard of him.
Of course, the DIRTcar race director. I mean, that's I don't know if I want to see him qualify through here just for the banter of it. But what happens if he wins? Does he go to the second person in line?
It's biased, for sure.
Yeah.
I hope he gets the black flag. I think that would just be the funniest thing of all time if Dean Reynolds got black flag here.
I agree. We are heading towards lap number 5. Bryce Bailey has a small advantage over Dylan Wilson. This is the halfway point of this race, this 10-lap heat, 3 heats, 10 laps each, top 6 advance to the 30-lap feature. It's Bailey again who leads it. Wilson is just stalking him like a prey in the night. Down low, a little bit of a lower line for Wilson. He's trying to stay in line. They're running very similarly. But Wilson, when he slides into each corner, he has his front nose just a little bit tucked under, and Bailey gets a little bit wide there. It's going to allow some room for Wilson to potentially sneak a little underneath him. Coming out of 4. They're almost side by side. Still not quite, as we have 3 laps to go here in this heat race.
Yeah, Bryce Bailey does have real-world experience. He drives a small block modified up there in New York. Bryce Bailey out of Waverly, New York. The FX Caprera Car Company's coaches Pizza Full-Draw Motorsports number 2. And Dylan Wilson out of Bakersfield, California. The D1RT Racing number 80 car putting on a good show here at the front of the field. Coming around the white flag this time by the top 2 breakaway. Then you got Hardy, Collins, Sanders, and Thomas still in that final spot straight to the feature. Not sure if they'll skip the consolation for this one, Dylan, with 26 cars, I believe, in the session, as we're coming to the checker this time by Wilson. Going to try the inside, but it's not going to work, and it'll be Bryce Bailey. Oh, a little contact off the corner, but Bailey wins it.
He wins it, and coming across the line in 6th is Dylan Thomas. Scott Rayholm, Dean Reynolds, and Jeremiah Lockwood do not advance through that heat race. So unless there is just a, we'll send all the drivers who missed it to the back of the field, then they're going to have to qualify through that last chance showdown race after the 3 heat races. But it's heat race number 2. Chase, you want to bring us through the grid?
Yeah, let's take a look. The number 11, Nick Cooper, former iRacing Sprint Car Series Pro drivers on the pole next to the number 16 of Jim Boniface. Row number 2, Justin Brown in car number 21, and the 44, John Ruggiero Jr. Row 3, the 7 car, that's Andy Hunter, and outside of him, the 117 of Joshua Johnson. 4th row is the 17 of Billy Roberts, and the 213, Michael Vitale. And your final starter for this one, the 27, Steve Holbert in the 9th position. A couple of those numbers might be off there, Dylan. You talked about it earlier. If you don't have the trading paints option, you might see a different number from what we're seeing with the custom paint jobs, but that's what we've got here in the server. So might be wrong on a couple of those, and hopefully I said this guy's name right. I see him in the chat, I believe, Michael Vitale in the 213, so hopefully I said your name right.
So the good thing is, looking on our production stream, the numbers that the paint schemes, the liveries, if you want to be European about it, that are being seen are what trading paints would typically see. So the numbers that we say are going to be the numbers that the drivers, the cars that you are seeing on the big blocks. Sometimes that can be their own custom paint scheme that includes a number placement, and sometimes it could just be a different number than what is registered to the server. So, but you know what? We're professionals. We'll get that info to you guys.
Did you say you want to get European?
I mean, if we want to get European with it.
Oh, I always like getting European, so that's perfect. All right.
Anyway.
Well, yeah, we're going to the green flag this time by Dylan. Nick Cooper, Jim Boniface up front as the green flag is up in the stand, and the green flag is waving as they head back into turn number 1. The 35 of Nick Cooper showing the way, driving to Waterloo, New York, is up front. We got the 213 right behind him with Boniface back there, 44 Ruggiero.
Oh, we've got a spin in the back. We've got a spin in the back. I'm not sure if a yellow will be called right there, but Billy Roberts was tagged by the man in front, Michael Vitale, and that's going to lead to a lot of unfortunate upset there. Steve Holbert is not on track right now, so Billy Roberts and Michael Vitale, they're the drivers that would be on the outside looking in, as Joshua Johnson holds that final spot as we're coming to lap 4 of 10 here in heat race number 2.
Yeah, and with that contact, Vitale is the 7th place car, way behind now. Track, and the top in that first prelim feature, Dylan, seemed to be the place for these drivers. They liked it the most.
They definitely like to diamond, and we're seeing that start to come in just a little bit. But what we do have to mention here is this battle in for the win of this heat, it matters almost more than the battle for a win in the preliminary feature. Just because of how everything is set up, and there's some contact in the back with Justin Brown and Andy Hunter for position number 4. They're side by side, but it doesn't matter where you place as long as you're in the top 12 in the feature. You move on and you get a reset, a chance to get a better starting spot with qualifying in the final round. But where you start in the preliminary feature is based on where you finish in your heat. Again, some more contact between Hunter and Brown, and I don't think Brown's going to be too happy with it. 2 laps to go here as we're coming down to the white flag. Nick Cooper sits in front.
Yeah, Andy Hunter kind of roughing up the 21 of Brown to take that 4th position away on the white flag lap.
In the battle for 6th?
We do, as they are really getting after it back there. Vitale has caught up to Joshua Johnson. We're coming into the final corner. Vitale's going to drive it in deep, but cannot get there. Joshua Johnson is going to hang on to the 6th position with Nick Cooper getting the win Jim Boniface in second, John Ruggiero Jr. in third. Then in fourth, we have Andy Hunter, Justin Brown, and the aforementioned Joshua Johnson grabbing the final spot in heat race number 2.
That was a very solid heat race, and we had some close quarters action for P4. We had a close race for the top spot, and of course, that final transfer spot. And almost, if we had another lap, I think we might have seen side-by-side battling coming to the checkered there. But nonetheless, we've got 2 pace laps before going green in heat race number 3, 10 laps, and take us through the order, Chase Rodman.
We got the 91 of Tanner Tomasi, one of our DIRTcar eSports regular competitors over the last couple of seasons. On the pole next to him is the 98 of Logan Hickerson. Row 2, the 20 car, Dylan DeWert Jr. And outside of him, the number 88, that's William Watson. Row 3, 28 car, Jeff Sharp. And outside of him, that is Butch Baker, another one of our DIRTcar eSports competitors. Number 5, Austin Jackson's going to start in 7th. And 79, Tyler Bowman will round out the field here for this feature, or for this heat race, I should say. With once again the top 6 moving on, the back 2 will. We don't know yet. They might go to an LCS. They might not. We're waiting on the officials to give us the rundown on that. But for now, we're going to say they're going to the last chance showdown.
Do you know that Aerosmith performed at Wheat Sports Speedway?
That is the first time I've ever heard that information.
Yes, it's very true, and some of these drivers are going to end up dreaming on a bigger day if they don't make it into this. I'm so sorry, that was awful. Green flag here. Tanner Tomasi will get that green and get going here with 10 laps in this heat race. He has a sizable advantage already from him to Logan Hickerson. Hickerson has 2 drivers, that's DeWert Jr. and Watson, fighting side by side for 3rd place. Watson goes up high. He's going to have DeWert Jr. down low, who has the slight advantage as they head into 3.
Wait, did Aerosmith actually play at Wheat Sport? Was that serious?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That
Santana,
is actually...
Stevie Nicks, The Beach Boys, Neil Young, Guns N' Roses, Kiss, Metallica, Bryan Adams, Ozzy Osbourne, Van Halen, Hart, Alice Cooper, Foreigner, Motley Crue, Def Leppard, REO Speedwagon.
Wow. That's a pretty impressive lineup there. Speaking of lining up, they are starting to line up and race for the 2nd spot. 3 cars. Logan Hickerson's got 2nd. William Watson is right there in 3rd, now taking a peek to the inside down the back straightaway. Drives it in deep up the track. Nearly gets into Hickerson there. Stays off him. Dylan DeWert Jr. is watching on, hoping those guys rough each other up a little bit here.
That's a good old-fashioned slide job. It didn't end up working, but you love to see that kind of aggression when it doesn't lead to catastrophe. Let's look back in position number 6. Butch Baker currently holds that final transfer spot, but Austin Jackson is down his inside in turn 2. On the exit, are they side by side? They almost touch going into turns 3 and 4, but Jackson, he might get a better run down here. Almost side by side. I think right now the Chrome Horn is right to that quarter panel. They're definitely side by side, and watch that, hoping they just decide to touch and wreck out, is Tyler Bowman, who is sitting in last in 8th spot. We are coming to lap 8 of 10. There's only 3 laps to go to transfer into this 30-lap feature of preliminary round 2, Jake.
Yeah, Butch Baker hanging on to it right now. The driver out of Cairo, Michigan, the Venom Racing SD Audio Magnum Race Design. Number 97 has got the spot. 00 though, Austin Jackson out of Aaron, New York. The SNY Dirt Fights 00 car is right on the back bumper. Don't count out the 79 as well. Bowman, no! Each other. Oh, Butch Baker hard into the wall. But we've already taken the white flag, Dylan. The caution cannot come out, and that is going to be it for Butch Baker.
That will be it for Baker unless he makes it through a consolation or just gets thrown at the end of the line. But Tyler Bowman, it looks like he's too far back, almost took out Austin Jackson as the checkered flag is out for Tanner Tomasi. He wins. Logan Hickerson, William Watson, Dylan DeWert Jr., Jeff Sharp, and Austin Jackson are your 6 transferring. Baker, oh boy, he definitely got some contact and into the wall there.
Yeah, he is probably not going to be too happy about that, as we do actually have a last chance showdown here tonight.
One guy.
Yep, one car will not make the show. Actually, two. Two cars will not make the show here for this one. 14 laps is the distance here for the consolation. Scott Riome is on the pole in car number 4. Outside of him, the 213 of Michael Vitale. Row 2, 79 car, Tyler Bowman. And outside of him, 26 car, Dean Reynolds. Row number 3, the 17, Billy Roberts. And 97, Butch Baker. And then the 76 of Jeremiah Lockwood. And the 27, Stephen Holbert will be the 8-car field for this one, going for 14 laps, and the top 6 moving to the tail end of the 30-lap main event.
So, has Austin Jackson taken to the grid?
Well, he's not he's not in the last chance. Remember, he made it for the last transfer when he got into Butch Baker there.
I am looking at the wrong set of stats right there. Let's ignore that ever happens.
That's all right.
It happens. Stephen Holbert is going to be starting in P8, and I feel like he and Lockwood right now, they don't serve themselves any purpose if they start fighting with each other at the beginning of this race. 14 laps goes away quickly, but you have to think that each position is basically one position up of where you could be starting in the feature. If you start 19th, it's because you've won this last chance showdown as the pace truck goes off, and Scott Riome will take us to the green flag. 14 laps here in this last chance showdown. Michael Vitale, he is going to be in second. Tyler Bowman, he cuts over the inside retaining wall, almost catastrophe for him, but he stays in 4th place.
And the race for the last transfer is already getting heated here. The 76, I should say, of Jeremiah Lockwood trying to go around the outside of Billy Roberts. Roberts out there, what looks to be the 99 machine, is in 6th, but Lockwood hanging right there with him. And now the 99 to the inside of Butch Baker for a moment off of turn number 4. This could be a race-long battle for the last transfer done.
Billy Roberts, Jeremiah Lockwood. Lockwood loses a bit of time coming out of turn 2, and he's still losing some time as they cross the line to get us to lap 4. Currently, there's around a half-second difference between he and Billy Roberts. Lap 4 of 14 here. Scott Riome will lead the crew all the way to the line again for lap 5. He is in the number 4 car, black, white, and red for the numbers. Michael Vitale is in the white, gray, and orange tinted 213 machine, takes the high line around turns 3 and 4, gets a good run. He is right there, and side by side for 3rd place is Dean Reynolds and Tyler Bowman. Reynolds almost has Bowman come up into him, but he avoid any incident right there. Already on lap 7, and you see there's a little bit of traffic that might interfere. Stephen Holbert, he's losing control a little bit. He spins!
Hey, Dylan, that's what I was going to say. If we can get an onboard camera, if we can get an onboard camera with the 27 of Stephen Holbert, I am almost certainly guaranteeing that he is playing on a keyboard. Dylan, if you watch the front tires, they are either full lock left or full lock right. There's no in between. He's on a keyboard for sure.
That says keyboard, absolutely. Is he going to be involved keyboard here? Warrior. Oh, man. Keyboard warrior by day, and it's nighttime, so keyboard warrior by night. I guess it depends what his 9-to-5 job is, if he works in an office or if he works outside.
That thing is a handful to drive around the racetrack. I have got to give a hat shake to Stephen Holbert for even making it around the track. He's probably playing WASD, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. It looks like a little bit of Bambi on ice right now.
Man.
Yeah, which really works well for Wheat Sport because sometimes drivers explain that it feels like driving on ice because it's such a hard surface when it's back down. My goodness. Oh, he's done. He's removed from the server.
Well, that might have been a good thing before he caused some problems with the leader. I don't blame the admins for that. So that's the end of the night for Stephen Holbert. And we've got 2 to go this time by. It's been all Scott Riome up front, Michael Vitale in second, Dean Reynolds in third, then Tyler Bowman, Billy Roberts, and Butch Baker. The only other car on the track is Jeremiah Lockwood. He's 2 seconds behind Baker with the white flag in the air.
Yeah, and he is a couple seconds in front of the leaders as well, so it looks like Unless anything happens here, like Baker getting to the inside retaining wall, could have been an opportunity to lose this battle for P6, but Scott Riom on lap 14 will come down to the checkered flag and win this last chance showdown. Michael Vitale in second, Dean Reynolds in third, Tyler Bowman finishes fourth, Billy Robertson fifth, and Butch Baker will qualify in sixth. Jeremiah Lockwood, Stephen Holbert, they will not make it to the 30-lap feature, but the field is set. The top 12 from this feature chase will be moving on to the final round.
Yeah, and we've got about a 5-minute warm-up session, so I think we'll play some advertisements here, thank our sponsors, and probably come back with the feature lineup here from Wheatsport for prelim main event number 2. We'll grab a couple of snacks here. Dylan, maybe a bottle of water. You guys watching at home should do the same. This is going to be a pretty good race, so we'll be right back here in just a few minutes from Wheatsport.
Blindfold engaged. 3, 2, 1, hard left, hard left.
You're solid.
Straight, straight, hard left, hard left, hard left. Down, side, side, side. Yeah, we're lost. How are you lost?
I'm gonna need you to do a better job for me than I did for you.
I'll try and be a little calmer. Oh boy. Here we go. Hey, right, left, hard left. Sorry, I didn't want to say it. 3, 2, 1. Hard right, hard right, hard right. All right, gas it. It's kind of chaos.
Dirt Vision is home to all the greatest shows on dirt. World of Outlaw sprints, late models, and Super DIRTcar series. You also get DIRTcar Summer Nationals and weekly shows from America's top tracks. Dirt Vision has the best all-around live coverage with flexible options for casual and hardcore fans. No commitments, cancel anytime, apps for most devices. Get your Fast Pass now at DIRTvision.com.
Call us outlaws. We don't mind. We're young, we're old, and everything in between. You know, there are badass outlaws scattered all across the world, and we proudly wear the name. We have an unapologetic toughness that can't be denied. We're not just tough, we're outlaw tough.
The 50th Napa Super Dirt Week, October 3rd through the 9th. Racing, music, camping, and more. It's the 50th running of racing's biggest party, October 3rd through the 9th at Oswego Speedway. Don't miss the superstars of dirt car racing go wheel to wheel, then stay for the live music and entertainment. Get your tickets now at superdirtweek.com or call 844-DIRT-TICKS. Be there.
It's pretty dark.
Go. Slight left.
Straight back, you're looking great. Start slowing down. Brake. Right. Oh, no, straight.
Missed it.
Gas it, left. Okay, good. We're good. Damn it.
You got panic mode there at the end. Bad. Probably used some words that I shouldn't have. Go. Straight. Oh, no.
I stalled it. All right, gas it up. Just a little bit. Slow, straight.
Oh boy.
be available September 27th. Pre-order your copy today.
Hello and welcome back to Weed Sports Speedway for a special DIRTcar eSports event. It's the Super Dirt Week 50 for 50 eSports Classic to celebrate the 50th running of Super Dirt Week this year in Oswego, New York. We wanted to recognize some of the best e-racers on iRacing with a chance to win a grand prize of an all-expenses-paid trip to Super Dirt Week for you and a guest. So, how do they get there? Well, first they're going to have to finish in the top 12 of this 30-lap feature. The top 12 from this feature and the top 12 from the last preliminary feature will face off in the best of 24, basically, 50-lap race in around 50 minutes time is when that's set to get going. But myself, Dylan Coyle, Chase Rodman as well, we are in the booth from this famous 3-8 dirt track. This is a fun night so far, Chase, and we've had a lot of fun action, some keyboard warriors, some absolute wheelmen out here. I think we're in for a good feature here.
Yeah, let's take a look at the lineup real quick. Got Bryce Bailey and Nick Cooper on the front row, Tanner Tomasi and Dylan Wilson in row number 2. We got Jim, I got that wrong. Hang on, I was right. Okay, Jim Boniface in row 3 alongside Logan Hickerson. They got Chase Hardy, John Ruggiero Jr. in row number 4. Row 5, William Watson and Gavin Collins. Row 6, Andy Hunter, Dylan DeWert Jr. Row number 7, Matt Sanders and Justin Brown. Row number 8, you got 28 Jeff Sharp, the 03 of Dylan Thomas. Row 9, the 117 of Joshua Johnson, the 5 of Austin Jackson. Then out of the LCS, Scott Rio, Michael Vitale, Dean Reynolds, Tyler Bowman, Billy Roberts, and Butch Baker. We're coming to the green this time by prelim feature number 2 is underway, and Bryce Bailey and Nick Cooper show the way down the front straightaway.
Bailey and Cooper side by side. Cooper takes the high line. Bailey down low around 1 and 2. Lots side by side racing. Some contact farther back in the field. Down low into 4 is Nick Cooper. He loses some time on Bryce Bailey. And coming up high behind is Dylan Wilson, who comes way up high, and cutting off Cooper is Bryce Bailey. So Bailey, I think, was a little bit apologetic about that over the radio, just could not quite hear what he had to say.
Yeah, this is a good race already up front. I mean, 4 guys that are super good in these types of race cars. Tanner Tomasi is my dark horse to take home the victory here tonight in the 09 car. Right there, running in the 3rd spot. Nice and easy, still a lot of laps to go. Him and Dylan Wilson side by side down the front straightaway. Wilson's able to take 3rd for now. Works back to the outside, trying to get by Nick Cooper. How about the line, though?
I
Behind
know.
the race leader, the yellow's out, but Bryce Bailey, huge wreck down here.
Wow. Austin Jackson involved. Andy Hunter apologizes to Scott Riome, I believe. Apologized to the car in number 4. Riome is listed as 4. So we'll have to see exactly what happened there on lap 4 of 30.
Yeah, it looks like Hunter got a quote-unquote shot in the shorts here down into turn number 1 from the 21 of Justin Brown, who at the same time got hit from behind by the 03 of Dylan Thomas, and then Austin Jackson, Josh Johnson, Scott Riome, Michael Vitale, and the 79 of Dean Reynolds all get a piece of it. But they are able to keep going. No damage that is going to be severe enough to take any of them out. They're just going to drop to the tail end of the field here. So at least this one's off to a better start than the first one. Dylan, the last one we didn't get a green flag lap in for like 12 minutes, but that one we went 4 straight.
I was trying to listen to Bryce Bailey's communications over the radio because he said, "Oh wow," in exactly that cadence. And I wasn't exactly sure why. I'm not sure if there's been a potential black flag for some reason or something, because Jordan DeLucia, the DIRTcar eSports director and the official for this race, is trying to take a little bit of a look there and see what's going on. So don't know if this is going to be an elongated caution period. We'll have to find that exactly out. We're learning things on the fly here, but you know what we know and we have known? Top 12. Doesn't matter where you finish in this race as long as it's in the top 12. 12th means the same as finishing first. as Bryce Bailey will go around another lap with the pace truck in front of him. This is exciting racing.
Yeah, the pace truck under caution. The caution laps are really fun. The caution laps are about to end though because the pace truck lights just went out. But man, how about the line we were talking about before the yellow came out? Bryce Bailey up against the wall, the outside wall in turn 2, and then down the backstretch he runs the inside wall darn near.
It's pretty impressive. Every turn has a different entry and exit point here at eSports. It's one of those extremely unique tracks, but as we get ready to go back racing, Bryce Bailey will lead us to the line, but a great jump to the outside of him by Nick Cooper. He might be a favorite to win this grand prize. He goes around the outside. They are side by side. Going into turn 3, Bailey pulls ahead a little bit. Slide job up into turn 4, near the wall. Cut off Nick Cooper, who goes down the inside. He slides up. Some contact potentially with Tomasi behind him. They're all racing hard for this win here. They don't necessarily have to race this hard, but guess what? A win's a win, baby.
And Dylan Wilson is looking good. Got by 2 cars on that restart. Close call there for Tomasi. Tried to thread the needle, and he's going to go a little banana splitty down the middle, down the back straightaway. Can't quite get there. But Nick Cooper now, the Lone Ranger on the bottom, inside of the top 4. The 35 of Cooper trying to get back by Wilson. As Wilson looks to the inside, nearly gets into the left rear of Bryce Bailey. Here comes Cooper. Good stuff at the front.
Man, if this is what you call a banana split, I want some more of it. This is great racing right now. Dylan Wilson in position number 3 on the outside. Oh, there's some contact. Tomasi gets spun. Caution comes out. And he's going to try and find an exit from the infield, which looks like he can just go right back out in between turns 3 and 4. But Tomasi, I think he just came down a little bit too much, and your dark horse, you might have jinxed him right there.
I think the announcer's curse came into play there. He got hit from behind by the 35 of Chase Hardy going into turn number 1. I mean, that was no fault of Tomasi right there. The 35, watch on the replay there, just drove it in a little bit too hard, overcooked it, a little too much mustard into turn number 1, got into the back bumper of Tomasi, spun him through the infield, and Hardy will get the end of the line penalty for the contact. He is going to the tail. I think that's a good call by the admins there. But obviously you can't fix what happened to Tomasi. You can't just give him a spot back. But that might make him feel a little bit better about the situation.
Potentially a little bit. By the way, speaking about Weed Sport, you don't want to miss the kickoff to Super Dirt Week, which is coming to Weed Sport Speedway on Tuesday, October 4th. The Super Dirt Week kickoff party features the DIRTcar 358 Modified Series, DIRTcar Pro Stock Series, and the DIRTcar Sportsman Series, Sportsman Classic 75 that pays $2,500 to win. Super Dirt Week is racing's biggest party. It all starts at Weed Sports Speedway on October 4th. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
Yeah, you will. I won't. I will be. What is the date on that, Dylan? Day of Super Dirt Week?
October 3rd through 9th, really.
Okay, 3rd through the 9th. Where the heck am I going to be at?
I don't know, sir, but I do know there's some racing happening for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series that week.
Oh, we will be at the Port Royal Speedway, unfortunately. I mean, I'm not unfortunately. Super Dirt Week does sound like a blast. Port Royal's fun as well, but here you go. Green flag back in the air as Bryce Bailey leads him back down. And that was a huge yellow because right when the caution came out, Dylan, I don't know if you saw it or not, Bryce Bailey hit the wall and was going to lose the lead, but the yellow came out and saved him right there. Let's see if he can hang on for 20 more laps.
Well, even if he doesn't hang on, it's not really going to matter. What matters is who is in position number 12. And as we cross the line, position 12 held by Justin Brown. No, Jeff Sharp is in 12th spot, and we've got a potential spin, a whole mess. Nobody is... Well, one person's off track. They're still playing some bumper cars. We got a potential spin. How did nobody make a 180? Now there's a spin outside of 4. Way too much contact. Way underneath the quality that you need to see to finish in the top 12 from a lot of the backfield.
Dylan, I'm not kidding you. I think Dean Reynolds just wrecked for an entire lap and then didn't bring out the yellow. He was looking back at the flag stand, getting into turn 1. got turned back straight, then was 5 wide. I'm not kidding when I say he's 5 wide off of turn 2 and looked like the keyboard warrior down the backstretch. Back and forth, held onto it, and then the yellow came out for somebody else. What a piece of driving right there by Dean Reynolds.
You know the yakety sax music?
That's the first I've ever heard of it.
You never
heard
of
circus
that?
music?
Yes. We're not going to replay the sounds that just came out of my mouth right there, but that is the music that should be playing over top of that.
Yeah.
Benny Hill. Is that Benny Hill?
I agree. That should have been the music playing, sure.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. That was just... I do not envy the job of Jordan DeLucia right there, because that was a mess.
Yeah, like I said, they were 5 wide. Then we had a 4-car pileup off of 4. Here we are looking at the 213 machine right there. Michael Vitale back in the field. And there's Dean Reynolds right there. We're talking about him hanging on to the race car, keeping it straight. A little bit of damage to the front end of that machine, but he is ready to keep on digging here as the lights are out on the pace truck. It's been all about Bryce Bailey so far, but he has not, dominated this thing by any means. Nick Cooper, Dylan Wilson have been keeping him company. How about Tanner Tomasi? Where is he at now? Let's look. He's back in 21st, so he's got to get going here quickly if he wants to be in tonight's, feature event.
There have been some drivers who have made some headway through the field, but we'll get to that in a moment as Bryce Bailey takes us back to Green Flag Racing on lap 13 of 30 here in this feature race in preliminary round number 2. Dylan Wilson is going to take second place away with a slide job on Nick Cooper. Cooper with the swap over cannot get the position back, so it goes to Dylan Wilson. For spot number 2, up 2 spots since the start of the race. Yellow flag is out. I hear Tyler Bowman. There's a car that's flipped. And Tomasi is not having a race to remember.
Yeah, he gets upside down after it looks like Vitale, the 79 car, getting together. Butch Baker's in there.
Hurt his race.
Tanner Tomasi, send me an invoice here and I will get you paid, because that was the announcer's curse kicking in right there. And he is now back in the pit area. So Tanner Tomasi, if he can make it back out without going a lap down here, I wouldn't count him out. We still got halfway left, but it looks like he's about to go a lap down, and I think he just did.
I very off of what we're talking about with Tomasi. You ever be a driver and want to listen to the broadcast at the same time? You ever feel like you could do that?
Yeah. I mean, that's possible.
Because I believe Michael Vitale is listening into our broadcast, and because he talked, and I could hear the reverberation of our voices. And if he is listening, I just want to say, what's up?
That's awesome. I'm sure there's a couple of drivers that are also watching it. I don't know if they have the sound on. I feel like that's a little distracting, maybe. But I got 2 monitors. I'd be watching it on the other screen and seeing if I'm getting any TV time. Definitely would have the sound off, though, because when playing iRacing, I feel like the sound is a huge deal, for me at least, to try and get around the track the right way.
Yeah, no, 100% the engine. You got to be able to hear that. The tires, if they're making any squealing noises. I used to, as you know, Chase, race in a league and serve as the in-race reporter, so I had the broadcast in my ear. I streamed the race on my Twitch, and course, the sounds from iRacing itself and talking to the drivers in there. It was multitasking to a new level. That is why I was a perennial 30th place finisher, as Bryce Bailey gets us back to racing here on lap 15 of 30 in this 30-lap feature. Dylan Wilson right behind. Underneath him is Nick Cooper. Comes out of the gas a little bit. Did not want to be pinched to the inside wall off of 2. Caution again. Cautions breed cautions, and we've got more drivers who are getting involved, and it seems that there is a common pattern with who is getting involved. And as Jordan DeLucia has said, we are potentially going to a single file restart if this happens again.
So 1 more yellow on the restart, we will go to single file. Probably a good move. We are struggling. At least it's at the midpoint of the race, Dylan. It's not at the beginning. We do enjoy that. So we are halfway through, right at the halfway point, 15 complete, 15 to go. Bryce Bailey, untouched as far as the race lead goes. He has been very good. I talked about it earlier. He does have that real-world experience in a, I want to say it's a small block modified, but nonetheless still, knows how to drive these cars in real life, knows how to drive them here in the sim. He's been very good with the DIRTcar eSports series that we've had on iRacing in the past, but gonna be tough to hold off a guy like Dylan Wilson, who has some big victories under his belt here in the sim. Nick Cooper, both those guys Pro Series drivers, and Nick Cooper from Waterloo, New York, he's kind of got the home state, I don't know if he's got some home state fans cheering for him here in the virtual stands or not. That might help him out a little bit.
Maybe just a little bit. Maybe he'll be able to hear all the fans that are watching, as we're going to have at least one more pace lap. Here's a look at the running order at the halfway point of this 30-lap feature. Bryce Bailey, well, let's say this. The running order is going to be a little bit different what it's going to be when we get back to green flag racing. But what it stood as before we go green is Bryce Bailey, Dylan Wilson, Nick Cooper, John Ruggiero Jr., Jim Boniface, Gavin Collins, Logan Hickerson, Matt Sanders, William Watson, and Dylan Thomas are your top 10. Jeff Sharp and Dylan DeWert Jr. would be the rest of the qualifiers for the final rounds.
Yes, those are the top 12 right now as we are coming back to the green flag. If they, did we go yellow again? No, we are green. We are back. Sorry, that was my mistake there. We are back to green. But if we do get a yellow here on this first restart lap, then we will go single file restarts here as Bailey trying to pull away side by side for second. Cooper off the bottom.
And we've got some spinners. And it's the same drivers that have been involved of the last few. Jordan DeLucia says single file restarts from here on out.
Yeah, this time it looks to be the 21 of Justin Brown getting together with Andy Hunter and the 79 machine involved again, Tyler Bowman. And yeah, as you mentioned, DeLucia has made the executive decision to go single file restarts here for the remainder of this event. So that hopefully will clean up these starts, hopefully get this feature in the books, because I mean, let's be honest, we didn't show up for this feature. We showed up for the one coming up in about 35 minutes.
Exactly.
The big boy, right? The 50-lapper. The one where you win a week-long pit pass for two people to racing's biggest party, Super Dirt Week. The hotel room, the $1,000 reimbursement for airlines and rental car fees, the trophy, and the on-stage recognition, and the meet and greet with Dylan Coyle.
The meet and greet with Dylan Coyle. I don't know if anybody wants to
They
have
didn't put that on the poster.
For good reason. Imagine my mug on a poster. Be a little bit too big.
Yeah, the poster wouldn't be big enough, I don't think.
I don't think so. And that's not because of my ego. It's just that I have a really big head.
No, that's what I was saying, yeah.
Yes.
When you try and wear a snapback hat, you run out of buttons on it.
Oh, my goodness. I ran out of buttons. I was at a Minnesota Twins game on tour with the World of Outlaws Case late model series, and I couldn't find a hat that fit me. And I'm like, oh, my goodness, I have a big head.
You might need to be a beanie guy, maybe.
I'm a big beanie guy.
Yeah, there you go. Beanies only. Hey,
with the pom-poms.
How about Dean Reynolds? Up to 13th from 21st. Earlier on, he ran the slalom course down the backstretch, but he is in contention here for a transfer to the Big Show.
Yes, he is, and that Big Show has an $880 purse to go with it. Green flag back in the air, single file here, lap 17 of 30. Bryce Bailey leads Nick Cooper, Dylan Wilson, John Ruggiero Jr., and Jim Boniface to turn 3. Again, the top 12 is where you want to be, as their drivers, Dean Reynolds, Slider, trying to get position number 12 at the line. He fell back to position 14. Dylan DeWert Jr. currently holds 12, has a sizable advantage after getting right back to green flag racing, back to Andy Hunter. So Dylan DeWert Jr. sitting a little bit comfy, but you're never comfier than if you're Bryce Bailey.
Yeah, Bryce Bailey is definitely comfy up there at the front of the field, pulling away slightly from Nick Cooper. 10 laps to go that time by, and Hunter in the 7 is running 13th, has got to get up to that number 20 car of Dylan DeWert Jr. And Hunter has been at the scene of many accidents throughout this race and in the heat races. He's had an eventful night, but there he is right there, the 7 car, Andy Hunter.
Don't forget Tomasi.
Is he back in it?
Tomasi is up to 15th spot.
Oh, he's not out of it. I would almost put the camera on him, the 9, because I think he is going, if there's no yellows, I could definitely see him getting up there and challenging. Oh, Dean Reynolds just smoked the wall right in front of Tomasi, and he reels him in a ton down the front straightaway.
This is definitely going to help Tomasi, but they're both running the same line, so Tomasi is going to have to try and avoid Dean Reynolds. Might hurt his time, but in 12th right now is the 20 car of DeWert Jr. Reynolds is holding up Tomasi just a little bit. Lap 23 of 30, 8 laps to go. Taking the low line is Tomasi. He's going to be down the inside of Dean Reynolds. Bryce Bailey gets mad because he gets involved in a wreck with a lapped car. Oh my goodness. Butch Baker, I believe he just drove backwards. Oh my goodness. He drove backwards.
I'm watching the replay
Bryce
right
Bailey.
now.
Almost into Bryce Bailey. Bryce, yeah, you're watching the replay.
Wow.
Bryce did not hit him, but he slid up and hit the wall.
Wow.
That's one of the
That was no words for that one. But just luckily, Bryce Bailey was able to not hit Butch Baker, and he slid into the wall, like you said. Kind of, hit the right rear off the fence pretty good to miss him. But other than that, not too much damage on that car. Butch Baker talking over the team chat. I don't have that turned on. What's he saying, Dylan?
He apologizes, but I mean, that was just bad. That was really bad. I understand the apology, but that's a boneheaded move. You can't. I don't want to say too much of it, but like he literally drove backwards on the track in front of the leaders.
Yeah, that's tough deal there for Butch Baker, and he's been around a long time with the DIRTcar eSports series, and when you're in the heat of the moment, you make mistakes, and I think that's what happened in the 97 there. We're going to have 6 laps to go on the restart here. Once again, single file, but that is going to be huge here for the 7 of Hunter, the 79 of Reynolds, and the 09 of Tomasi. They are now going to be right within striking distance of the 20 car, Dylan DeWert Jr., who is in 12th.
DeWert Jr. is going to have a bunch of angry big block machines chasing him, and you can't forget about some of the drivers. I mean, obviously, Tomasi started the race in 3rd, but Dean Reynolds started in 21st. Tyler Bowman started in 22nd. And we are back to green flag racing. Bryce Bailey will lead the field to green. Nick Cooper right behind him. Lots of action left to go. Not much time. Bailey slides way up the track. Nick Cooper might try and take advantage of this. Has some speed. Still 1 car length behind Bailey as we go to 5 laps to go here, Chase.
I'm watching the battle for 12. Andy Hunter right there on the back bumper of Dylan DeWert Jr. Now DeWert kind of squirts away down the backstretch by 3 car lengths. Back to 2 car lengths in the center of the corner. The blue number 7 is definitely there, and now DeWert is all over Jeff Sharp, who's in the 11th position. Yeah, 14. Here comes Tomasi. He's up to the inside now of the 7 of Hunter, trying to take P13 away with just 3 to go this time by. Tomasi has got some work to do.
He's got some work to do. It might not take just a miracle yet, but it's going to take something miraculous there, as there's some contact from drivers in front of him. We're coming to 2 laps to go.
This is going to be bad, Dylan. I think something's about to happen here. Andy Hunter is right there now. White flag next time by. Hunter, what does he do into turn number 1? Goes through the middle. Tomasi sees the top lane open. Hunter slides up, takes it away. Tomasi turns it down the hill. He's trying to take 13th, but he's still got to get by the 20 of DeWert here on the white flag lap coming this time by.
They are side by side. DeWert is happy. DeWert has to go down low, protect the bottom. Up high goes Hunter. Tomasi down low. Bryce Bailey is going to win this feature, but in the last corners, is DeWert going to be the man to get it done? Yes, he is. 12th place is all it takes to make it into this 50-lap feature. Rex after the checker, doesn't matter. Dylan DeWert, last one to make it.
There we go, and your race winner, like you said, Bryce Bailey by half a second over Nick Cooper, Dylan Wilson in third, John Ruggiero Jr. in fourth, Gavin Collins, Jim Boniface, Matt Sanders, Logan Hickerson, William Watson, Dylan Thomas, Jeff Sharp, and Dylan DeWert Jr. The 12 cars moving on to the finale for the big prize. The almost all expenses paid trip to the Super Dirt Week here in just a few weeks, but we're going to have to wait about 25 minutes till that happens, Dylan. We've got a 6:30 Pacific time start time for that race.
Yes, we do, and we do have some time to burn, and I believe we have some words from our partners on Dirt Vision to play, so we'll get going to there, but 24 drivers, we know who they're going to be, and after that, we're going to have time trials, and then the 50-lap feature to decide who goes to Super Dirt Week. We'll be right back here on DIRTcar eSports.
I don't like this at all.
Left, 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 left. Left. Right. Stop. Straight. Left, left. Okay, pin it. Pin it.
How you feeling, Tilden?
Not good, but good enough to beat these boys.
That's right.
Left, 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 left. Straight, straight, straight. Open up a little. Go, little left, oh, straight. And gas.
You didn't follow the course.
Not even trying. Hey, we're just playing the game. Blindfold engaged. 3, 2, 1, hard left, hard left.
You're solid.
Straight, straight, hard left, hard left, hard left. Stop. Yeah, we're lost. How are you lost?
I'm gonna need you to do a better job for me than I did for you.
I'll try and be a little calmer.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Right, left, hard left. Sorry, I didn't want to say it. 3, 2, 1. Hard right. All right, gas it.
It's kind of chaos.
Dirt Vision is home to all the greatest shows on dirt. World of Outlaw sprints, late models, and Super Dirt Car series. You also get DIRTcar Summer Nationals and weekly shows from America's top tracks. Dirt Vision has the best all-around live coverage with flexible options for casual and hardcore fans. No commitments, cancel anytime, apps for most devices. Get your Fast Pass now at DirtVision.com.
Call us outlaws. We don't mind. We're young, we're old, and everything in between. You know, there are badass outlaws scattered all across the world, and we proudly wear the name. We have an unapologetic toughness that can't be denied. We're not just tough, we're outlaw tough.
The 50th Napa Super Dirt Week, October 3rd through the 9th. Racing, music, camping, and more. It's the 50th running of racing's biggest party, October 3rd through the 9th at Oswego Speedway. Don't miss the superstars of dirt car racing go wheel to wheel, then stay for the live music and entertainment. Get your tickets now at superdirtweek.com or call 844-DIRT-TICKS. Be there.
It's pretty dark. Go. Slight left.
straight back. You're looking great. Start slowing down. Brake. Right. Oh, no, straight.
Missed it.
Yes, left. Okay, good. We're good. Damn it.
You got panic mode there at the end. Bad. Probably used some words that I shouldn't have.
Go. Straight. Oh, no.
This guy stalled it.
All right, gas it up. Just a little bit. Slow, straight.
Oh, boy.
Dirt Racing will be available September 27th. Pre-order your copy today.
I don't like this at all.
Left. Right. Stop. Straight. Left. Okay, pin it.
How you feeling, Sheldon?
Not good, but good enough to beat these boys.
That's right. Left. Straight. Open up a little. Go, little left. Oh, straight. And gas. Didn't follow the course.
Not even trying.
Hey, we're just playing the game.
Blindfold engaged. 3, 2, 1, hard left.
Pretty solid.
Straight, hard left. Stop. Yeah, we're lost. How are you lost?
I'm gonna need you to do a better job for me than I did for you.
I'll try and be a little calmer. Oh boy. Here we go. Right, left, hard left. Sorry, I didn't want to sit. 3, 2, 1. Hard right. All right, gas it.
It's kind of chaos.
Dirt Vision is home to all the greatest shows on dirt. World of Outlaw sprints, late models, and Super DIRTcar series. You also get DIRTcar Summer Nationals and weekly shows from America's top tracks. Dirt Vision has the best all-around live coverage with flexible options for casual and hardcore fans. No commitments, cancel anytime, apps for most devices. Get your Fast Pass now at DIRTvision.com.
Call us outlaws. We don't mind. We're young, we're old, and everything in between. You know, there are badass outlaws scattered all across the world, and we proudly wear the name. We have an unapologetic toughness that can't be denied. We're not just tough, we're outlaw tough.
The 50th Napa Super Dirt Week, October 3rd through the 9th. Racing, music, camping, and more. It's the 50th running of racing's biggest party, October 3rd through the 9th at Oswego Speedway. Don't miss the superstars of dirt car racing go wheel to wheel, then stay for the live music and entertainment. Get your tickets now at superdirtweek.com or call 844-DIRT-TICKS. Be there.
It's pretty dark.
Go, 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 go. Slight left.
Straight back, you're looking great. Start slowing down, brake, 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 brake. Right. Oh, no, straight, straight.
Missed it.
Gas it, left. Okay, good, we're good. Damn it.
You got panic mode there. I know. Bad. Probably used some words that I shouldn't have. Go. Straight. Oh, no.
This guy stalled it.
All right.
Gas it up. Just a little bit. Slow, straight.
Oh boy.
Dirt Racing will be available September 27th. Pre-order your copy today.
Hello and welcome back to DIRTcar eSports. This is the Super Dirt Week 50 for 50 eSports Classic from Weed Sport Speedway. It's the 50th running of Super Dirt Week this year. And to celebrate that, we've decided to pit some of the best big block racers on iRacing against each other. The grand prize, it's a all expenses paid trip to Super Dirt Week. Cannot wait to see who wins this 50-lap feature that you're going to see in just a few minutes here from Weed Sport. Of course, if you're watching live, you're going to be watching on the DIRTcar eSports Twitch channel, DIRTcar Racing YouTube channel, or the DIRTcar Racing Facebook page. My name is Dylan Coyle. I'm joined alongside Chase Rodman. In 3 minutes, we're going to get qualifying underway for this 50-lap feature. If you are just joining us, we have had 2 preliminary rounds that started at 7 o'clock, 2 complete shows, 3 heats each. We had a consolation race, or a B-main, or a last chance showdown, however you like to call it, and a 30-lap feature. The top 12 drivers from each of those preliminary round features will have made this final round. 24 drivers. They're currently practicing. That's what you're currently watching on screen. They're all going to qualify, and once they qualify, those 2 laps of time trials, that is going to determine the starting lineup. No heats, no last chance showdowns. These drivers have all made it. Where they finished in the features, as we see a pretty smooth slide up into the pit area outside of turn 4 of the track on screen. But once these drivers make it, it's going to be quite the show, I got to say. And I also have to say, once we crown a winner and they get their grand prize of going to Super Dirt Week, they're going to not only get to bring a guest, but they're also going to get a trophy presentation during Friday Night Lights, the Friday of Super Dirt Week, on stage. I mean, that's pretty amazing. I think that's going to be a fun prize. There's $880 worth of the prize pool as well. That is what the purse is for this race. By the way, we also have some real-life events coming up throughout the World of Outlaws Case Construction Equipment Late Model Series, as well as the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, and the Super DIRTcar Series. The Albany-Saratoga Speedway will host the Super DIRTcar Series on Saturday, the 24th. And that's the penultimate race before we go to the Super Dirt Week, and then the last real races for the Super DIRTcar series is Albany Saratoga on Saturday, as well as Oswego hosting Super Dirt Week, and then the World of Outlaws World Finals, November 3rd November 2nd, I should say, through 5th. Each series, the Outlaw Sprints, Late Models, and Super DIRTcar series, will get 3 days. Now the World of Outlaws Case Late Model series runs Friday and Saturday in the State Line Showdown at Boyd's Speedway, right on the state line of Georgia and Tennessee. The World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series races at Eldora before the Crown Showdown on Friday, and then Sharon Speedway on Saturday, September 24th. We'll be right back. Qualifying is about to get underway here for this special 50 for 50 event.
I don't like this at all.
Left, 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 left. Left. Right. Stop. Straight. Left, left. Okay, pin it. Pin it.
How you feeling, Tilden?
Not good, but good enough to beat these boys.
That's right.
Left, 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 left. Straight, straight, straight. Open up a little. Go, little left, oh, straight. And gas.
You didn't follow the course.
Not even trying.
Hey, we're just playing the game.
Blindfold engaged.
3, 2, 1. Hard left, hard left.
You're solid.
Straight, straight. Hard left, hard left, hard left. Down, south, south, south. Yeah, we're lost. How are you lost?
I'm gonna need you to do a better job for me than I did for you.
I'll try and be a little calmer.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Hey, right, left, hard left. Sorry, I didn't want to say it. 3, 2, 1. Hard right, hard right, hard right. All right, gas it.
It's kind of chaos.
Dirt Vision is home to all the greatest shows on dirt. World of Outlaw Sprints, Late Models, and Super DIRTcar Series. You also get DIRTcar Summer Nationals and weekly shows from America's top tracks. Dirt Vision has the best all-around live coverage with flexible options for casual and hardcore fans. No commitments, cancel anytime, apps for most devices. Get your Fast Pass now at DIRTvision.com.
Call us outlaws. We don't mind. We're young, we're old, and everything in between. You know, there are badass outlaws scattered all across the world, and we proudly wear the name. We have an unapologetic toughness that can't be denied. We're not just tough, we're outlaw tough.
The 50th Napa Super Dirt Week, October 3rd through the 9th. Racing, music, camping, and more. It's the 50th running of racing's biggest party, October 3rd through the 9th at Oswego Speedway. Don't miss the superstars of dirt car racing go wheel to wheel, then stay for the live music and entertainment. Get your tickets now at superdirtweek.com or call 844-DIRT-TICKS. Be there.
It's pretty dark.
Go. Slight left.
Straight back, you're looking great. Start slowing down. Brake. Right. Oh, no, straight.
Missed it.
Gas it, left. Okay, good. We're good. Damn it.
You got panic mode there at the end. Bad. Probably used some words that I shouldn't have.
Straight. Oh, no. This guy stalled it. All right, gas it up. Just a little bit. Slow, straight.
Oh boy.
Dirt Racing will be available September 27th. Pre-order your copy today.
Hello and welcome back to some fantastic DIRTcar eSports action. My goodness, it's the Super Dirt Week 50 for 50 eSports Classic at Weedsport Speedway. The 50th running of Super Dirt Week is this year, October 3rd through October 9th. The winner of this 50-lap feature will get an all-expenses-paid trip to see Super Dirt Week in person. There's an $880 cash purse for everybody as well. If you're in this race, you get your money back for registration at the very least. If you finish in the top 10, you also get a complimentary voucher to watch on Dirt Vision Super Dirt Week if you can't make it. And of course, second place gets $200, and it goes down from there. $100 for third, $75 for fourth, and so on. I am Dylan Coyle, joined alongside my co-commentator, Chase Rodman. Chase, we've seen some interesting action so far, some good racing, and I think this is going to be the best of them all.
Yeah, interesting racing is definitely a good way to put it, but yeah, I mean, the racing in the second feature, I feel like for the lead was very entertaining. The entire way through. The drivers right now underway with qualifying. We've got Aaron Brown right now at the top of the speed charts, a 15.111. 24. There's only been about 7 cars that have taken a time so far, and a couple of the heavy hitters have yet to take a time here. So these times are going to be flying around all over the place. Now the winner of prelim number 1, Robbie Swan, in the 37 jumps up to the top of the speed charts. Brown, Watson, Dylan Wilson, and Nick Cooper right now in the top 5.
Robbie Swan's time is almost a tenth of a second slower than what he put in practice, however. Logan Rourke jumps him to 15.083. The fastest time in practice was Tyler Ducharme at a 14.986, the only one to eclipse that 15-second mark into 14 seconds so far. We're still waiting to see where he will end up.
Logan Rourke now the fastest, 15.083. I don't even remember where he finished at in those 2 prelim races, because he definitely did not win, and he was not in contention for the win. But now Logan Rourke, at this point in time with 19 cars qualified, he is on the pole position. Dylan Yeager, one of the hot shoes that has yet to turn a lap in. Now only 2 drivers have not turned a lap in, at least one. They get 2. So, oh, and there goes Gavin Collins to the top of the boards, 15.078. I don't remember him also being a factor at all.
Gavin Collins, he jumps a tenth and a half quicker than his practice time. Where did he find that speed from? He's going to qualify with a 15.078. The only one not to put a lap time down is Dylan Yeager. Does he have enough steam in his car to make it into the top spot? Coming around for maybe a car length off of the inside wall. Crosses the line first by 1,000th of a second. Dylan Yeager got him.
Wow, Dylan Yeager, the final car to turn in a lap time, gets the top spot by 1/1000th, a 15:077. Takes it away from Gavin Collins at a 15:078. And then you got Logan Rourke, Robbie Swan, and Aaron Brown. The top 5, Bryce Bailey back in 6th position, Tyler Ducharme in 7th, Brian Lawson, Matt Sanders, and William Watson, the top 10. But wowzers, what a lap there, and what an exciting finish kind of there to qualifying. We still have about a minute left in the session there, Dylan, if maybe somebody only ran one lap and they still have to run their second, but exciting stuff there.
The top 19 drivers in the field are separated by literally 1.1 11 hundredths. 1.1 tenths.
The whole field, 3 tenths.
Yeah, 3 tenths for the whole field. That's pretty impressive. But yeah, we're just waiting on either the drivers who have not done 2 laps to complete those 2 laps. And if we get to that 5-minute mark, which comes in 20 seconds, we're going to start to see the drivers grid up for this 50-lap feature at Weed Sport. This is what we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming up here in the next couple of seconds, we are ready for the starting grid, and it looks like it is about to be official. Dylan Yeager will be on the pole of tonight's Super Dirt Week 50 for 50 eSports Classic, and puts himself in prime position for a phenomenal grand prize, and that is it right there. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. Dylan Yeager and Gavin Collins going to be on the front row. Logan Rourke and Robbie Swan in row number 2. Aaron Brown and Bryce Bailey in row number 3 with Tyler Ducharme and Brian Lawson in row 4. Matt Sanders and William Watson in row number 5. Dylan Wilson back in 11th alongside of Colin Murphy. Nick Cooper back in 13th alongside Jim Boniface. Logan Hickerson is flanked by John Ruggiero Jr. in row number 8. Row 9, David Kalogi, and on the outside of him, Speedy Rosette. Row number 10, John Canizarro and Dylan DeWert Jr. with Jeff Sharp and Justin Sick in row 11. Final row, Brandon McDonald and Dylan Thomas for the 24-car field for 50 laps.
The Super Dirt Week 50 for 50 eSports Classic is about to get underway. Dylan Yeager still needs to grid up here. Typically you get, I believe, 2 minutes on iRacing, and there is Yeager on the grid. I believe he was the last one we were waiting for. Dylan Thomas is in there as well. 50 laps. All the marbles, Jordan DeLucia says.
Yeah, they are rolling now as we are ready to go. The big block modifieds here at the port. Very exciting to get this underway. We've been looking forward to this one for quite some time now, Dylan. And what's interesting is just like usually a big iRacing race pays money. And drivers love money, but I feel like a driver that is, maybe more into traveling or into real-life racing, this prize tonight would be more than money.
It means more than money for a lot of guys, especially people who race in dirt, on iRacing a lot more, especially for those who race the big blocks. A lot of people are in the chat saying, hey, if you win, can I be your +1? I can fit into a suitcase well. And the real question is, what car would the winner be renting? Maybe a big block modified if you can get it to be a relatively good price. Gas not included, but nonetheless, on the backstretch, we are getting ready to go green here. 50 laps for all the marbles. It's the Super Dirt Week 50 for 50 eSports Classic. We are underway. Green flag in the air. Dylan Yeager with a great jump. He gets to 2 car lengths in front of Gavin Collins. He's in control of this race.
And looks like everybody's going to make it through 1 and 2 clean. Up the back straightaway. The track still has a lot of moisture in it there, Dylan. And this is going to change a lot throughout this race. And by the time 50 laps rolls around, it is going to be slipped. Oh, and they were going to stay green, though. Nobody getting upside down quite yet. A little contact midfield. John Ruggiero is going to get straight down, and they're playing bumper tag back there, but it looks like they're going to keep it straight and keep on going.
Car almost flipped in 1, and it led down to the entry of 3. Again, bumper cars, a lot of fun. The top 3 have broken away by a few car lengths. Robbie Swan in 3rd, Gavin Collins 2nd, Then Dylan Yeager in first. We're on lap 4 of 50 here. They go up not too high, not up against the wall, but through the middle of turns 1 and 2 and come down lower. I think we're going to see, as this race goes on, that cushion is going to be really used up near the wall in the middle of 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's going to take maybe till about lap 25 when we see that come into play. But once it does, that's when the racing is going to get exciting. Robbie Swan up into third and challenging Gavin Collins right now in second. Collins, relatively unknown entering this race. I never heard of him, and I'm, on the iRacing service on a pretty good amount for doing those pro races, Dylan. And Gavin Collins, not a name I've ever heard of, and he's doing a phenomenal job right now up in second.
Doing a fantastic job, potentially just stalking Dylan Yeager right now. If he's able to just stay behind him, not use up the equipment too much, he could make a run as this race continues to go long distance. We're on lap 8 now of 50. Dylan Yeager still in front. The top 3 still broken away from Logan Rourke and Tyler Ducharme in 4th and 5th as they go down the backstretch here at this 3/8 mile dirt track in the middle of New York State.
Everybody keeping it clean and green right now. Yeager rolling 4 in the fluff right there into turn number 1. Collins going to follow in the tire track. Swan 3rd, Rourke 4th, Ducharme in 5th. Ducharme's having a good run. He started back in 7th. He's up 2 spots. With how the track is right now, up 2 spots is about what the most we've seen so far. We've got Justin Sick 22nd to 18th. So he's the biggest mover so far, up 4 spots. So up 2 ain't too bad early on in this one. 10 down, 40 to go. We are a 5th of the way through this race, and everybody right now playing it safe. They know it's a long race, Dylan. They don't want to, go a little crazy here at the very beginning and ruin their race car, knowing that it's a 50-lapper with so much on the line.
However, the more that the guys behind Swan don't push, the farther back they get. As you see, the tire paths just starting to go higher and higher up to the wall. Not really that much of a cushion built up so far, but I think you're going to see that continuously change as they're all up against the wall now. That wall, that right rear quarter panel, it's going to start to take a beating for all these cars.
And how about Bryce Bailey in this one? The winner of the second prelim feature has dropped 2 positions since the start of the feature. The number 2 car back in 8th, got passed by Matt Sanders and also got passed by Ducharme. And now Ducharme makes a move to the inside. The 17 of Rourke just pounded the wall in turn number 2. Give the 25 of Ducharme the 4th position off of turn number 4. And now he's got a lot of ground to make up. Rourke, I feel like, was holding him up there, Dylan. And now Ducharme's got to get the rod and reel out and reel these guys back in.
Yeah, I was going to say that I think this unleashes Ducharme to have a little bit of clean space, clean air in front of him. He's able to charge down the top 3, and if we can do that, then we see a 3-way battle for this Super Dirt Week prize turn into a 4-way battle. A caution is out. There's a car that almost flips, and Nick Cooper is involved as well.
Yeah, the 80 car of Dylan Wilson was the initial cause of that one. He went into turn number 1 on the top, tagged the outside wall, broke his momentum, and the number 9 car right behind him, Colin Murphy, got into him, turned him sideways. Wilson hit the inside wall, picked up the left side tires, and the 35 of Nick Cooper T-bones him off of turn number 2. And Wilson, along with Cooper, both going to the work area to get some damage fixed on those cars, and then they should be able to return to the speedway. But 16-lap green flag run, good way to start this race.
Do you remember in the Indy 500 a number of years ago when the Scott Dixon flew into the air and Helio Castroneves went underneath him?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like you could have done the same thing there with the car that was in the air after getting T-boned. It was high up in the air.
Yeah, he was way up in the air.
Absolutely. But at this point of the race, we are on lap 16. We'll get restarted on lap 17 and maybe a lap's time. But Dylan Yeager has held the lead since the start of the race. The top 2, he and Gavin Collins, have stayed.
Has been good.
He's been good. He's been really good. He's not forcing the issue, which a lot of drivers might be a little bit too over-aggressive and use up their stuff too early. I don't think we're seeing that with Gavin Collins at all right now. This is a long race. Maybe not as long as Super Dirt Week's Billy Whitaker 200 will be, but this is a 50-lapper. That's not a slouch there.
Yeah, and Dylan Wilson and Nick Cooper, for any of those fans out there watching, of those two guys, they were able to both make it back onto the racetrack, and they are going to be on the lead lap, it appears. So pace truck's off, double file restart, back to the green flag, and Dylan Yeager back to the lead.
Dylan Yeager, again, will have to compete with the cars right behind him. This
Ducharme.
Yes, Ducharme gets the opportunity to leapfrog Robbie Swan, which he does very easily. Into third goes Tyler Ducharme. So he didn't have to really use that much time due to the yellow to catch up to the top three. Instead, he will launch himself into third place on the podium right now, but he wants that top spot. Gavin Collins in second, Dylan Yeager in first, and once again, the top three, if you want to count Robbie Swan as the top four, starting to break away a little bit.
Ducharme, I think, is going to be a contender for the win here by the end of this race. Working lap 20 this time by, closing in on the halfway point of this feature event. And those guys at the back, they just wrecked. You know, Dylan Wilson and Nick Cooper, they have got to keep going because there is a payout to everybody from 2nd through 24th, cash payout. So every spot that they can get is going to give them a little bit more money on their pockets. So I don't think we've seen the end of them. Caution is going to come out going upside down the front stretch. Okay, there's the, I was going to say, Dylan Thomas was doing barrel rolls down the front stretch and the yellow never came out, but it finally does for the 03 car.
Well, that's not the way any driver wants to have their race potentially come to an end, but that car looks to be in really bad shape. If we catch the replay right here, it looks like he kind of got sandwiched in between a slower car in front and a faster car in behind, and not much you can do. He was then T-boned and then almost ridden and pushed forward by a driver in front, Speedy Brissett. So not a fun ride for him right there. But we are going to restart on lap 22 of 50, and if you see, Dylan right now, I mean, he's Dylan Thomas is crab walking.
Dylan Thomas is crab walking. That's never good. You know, you think about the word crab walking, and just any sense of that combination of words is just never good. You know,
it's never good, my friend. It is never good. But I will say this: being almost halfway through the race, do you feel like Gavin Collins or Dylan Yeager has the advantage?
Well, I think Yeager definitely has the advantage. Like I said, Gavin Collins, relatively unknown to myself as Dylan Thomas. Man, that car is broke. Bad in the work. I mean, the left rear ain't even on the ground. But yeah, Gavin Collins, relatively unknown name to me. That's why I believe Yeager, a Pro Series driver, has led laps at the highest form of racing on this simulation. He's probably feeling no pressure right now. Where on the other hand, Gavin Collins, he's probably a little bit nervous right now, Dylan. He's probably thinking, man, I am in a position to win a huge race in front of a big crowd of people watching online. He's probably shaking a little bit right now.
Shaken but not stirred. They're going back to green on lap 22. Dylan Yeager has the good jump as well as Ducharme. Yellow flag out. Oh, there's a wreck after the yellow car slowing down in the backfield. Car flipped over. I think Jordan DeLucia threw the caution flag. He didn't like how that restart went.
Yeah, the yellow was for the number 3 car of John Canizarro as he got upside down after a bunch of cars up in front of him got together. Looks to be the 56 machine, I believe. The 56, that is Aaron Brown. He got together with William Watson, collected also Logan Hickerson, along with the 72 machine. The 72, I don't have a name on that car. Actually, it's David Kalagi and the 15 of Justin Sick. All of those cars getting together in that incident. Big pile up. And the yellow's back out with 22 down and getting closer to that halfway point.
Well, the yellow wasn't necessarily for that pile-up. It was thrown manually by DeLucia. I don't think he liked what he saw from the restart. Jordan just said, hang on, guys, we're figuring it out. So they're just trying to figure out exactly what the order is, what the lineup is, because the caution came out, and then cars from just slowing down, drivers not paying attention, ran right into the back of each other. So that's what the incident stemmed from. So we're going to restart on most likely lap 23 of 50. So we're still coming to, right now it's just a temporary placeholder of 8 laps to green. This is just to figure out what the situation is with the lineup.
One car going to the pit area and coming back out, the 88 of the 99, I should say, of Brian Lawson, and that number 3 car of John Canizarro. Both those guys went to the pit area. They have made repairs, and they are coming back onto the racetrack right now on the front straightaway. And like you said, Jordan DeLucia is extending this caution, trying to make sure that everybody's in the proper spot, make sure nobody's got any black flags that are, hanging over their head here. So good job by him and all the admin crew here. Dean Reynolds behind the scenes as well. Those guys, they've been doing DIRTcar eSports, for a long time, and they're professionals. They know what they're doing. They're going to make it as fair as they possibly can, just like if it was a World Outlaws Case Construction Late Model Series race, Dylan.
Yeah, this is very true, and I'll tell you what, with these drivers right here in this DIRTcar eSports event, I mean, a lot of these drivers have ice in their veins. Hold on 1 second, Jordan DeLucia is going to read the lineup for us, so I'll try and repeat that for you guys. The inside will be Yeager, so he'll retain lead. The outside is going to be Gavin Collins, as we originally had. So, second row will be Ducharme on the inside, and the fourth driver, second row outside line will be Robbie Swan. So, the top 4, they're the same.
Yes, those guys definitely should be in those spots. They were not any factor in those caution flags. So. They are going to keep going, and let's see if there's any big movers in this one so far. We've got Brandon McDonald, 23rd up to 18th so far in car number 7, but other than that, how about Justin Sick, 22nd to 13th in the 15 car? That's pretty good.
So, from 11th to 24th, each driver gets their registration fee of $20 back to them. That is what they get. From 10th on up, 10th to 2nd, it's a cash prize that continues to go up, and they'll gain more than what they originally put in. The top 10 also get a code to watch Super Dirt Week from Dirt Vision. Dirt Vision, of course. It's a great deal nonetheless. I mean, pretty much, I believe we've calculated it to, with all the tracks that we have on Dirt Vision, all the series that run on Dirt Vision, it plays to much under $1 per race. So it's a really great deal. And you also get to see both Chase and my beautiful faces, if you want to call it that.
Not worth it.
Not worth it? How about this? You get to see and listen to Rick Eshelman.
That is worth it.
That is so worth it. That is so worth it. It's a second Rick Eshelman reference. But Dirt Vision, great deal. Always give it a try. And here's another thing that I want to tell you guys about the Be an Outlaw membership. You can sign up at be-and-outlaw.com. Whenever you come to a race, you can use your digital passport, scan in, be eligible to win prizes like the Victory Lane picture at the end of the race. You can also throw the flag during the 4-wide salute. You also get a 20% discount on at-track merchandise, excluding certain things such as event tees and clearance. You get access codes to ticket pre-sales. It's a really good way to showcase yourself as an Outlaw fan.
Absolutely, and you get to hang out with those people all the time when it comes to the races. So that is a deal, being an Outlaw. And,
it's free.
It is free. It is free.
It's free to sign up for.
You go to the racetrack. If you ever go to the World of Outlaws race, whether it's late model or the sprint cars, you can get on there and you can actually go to the race and you can sign up there. Right? There's a little iPad or something.
Absolutely. You can sign up there. You can always find us at the fan zone for the sprint cars or the new fan zone for the late models next to the merchandise hauler. And here's the other cool thing. You also get access to the Dirt Vision Vault, which is included in your Being Outlaw membership. Again, it's free. It gets you pretty much all the replays that are around a few weeks old of Dirt Vision broadcasts. If you want to watch races live, you can become a platinum subscriber and that gets you some cool things too. All the live races on Dirt Vision. This race is on DIRTcar eSports, and we are back to going green here. The 50 for 50 DIRTcar eSports Classic, Super Dirt Week racing. Oh man, it's some of the best racing in the world, and these drivers are all fighting for that top prize of getting a Super Dirt Week all expenses paid trip. In the lead is Dylan Yeager. Right behind him is Gavin Collins. That has not changed. If one person is hurt by the fact that that yellow came out so quickly right after they were originally going back green chase, it would be Tyler Ducharme, as we are now we're pretty much at the halfway lap of this race.
Yeah, we just crossed at that time by, so 25 in, 25 to go. Yeager, I believe, is hoping that this race can stay green because I think he has a car good enough to hold off Gavin Collins here. Unless Collins can find a little extra something here, a little extra speed, a little extra gas pedal for that 64 car. He ain't bad right now as you're riding on board with him, riding behind the 48 car, but I think Ducharme has a car that can possibly contend for the win here tonight. What I like out of the 25 car there, Dylan, is he's running a different line. Exactly. He's not running the top. He's on the bottom right now. You got to go somewhere else where those other guys are.
There's a wreck of the top runners in the top 10. Bryce Bailey got involved. I think it was his mistake. He said, my bad. There was some other drivers who got involved after the wreck had already started. Oh boy, that was a big one.
Yeah, Bryce Bailey got into the back of the 17 Logan Rourke going into turn number 3 and sent Rourke up the track and collected a ton of other cars. Rourke was running in 6th at the time, too. That is huge. Actually, 5th place at the time of the incident. So that collects a bunch of drivers inside the top 10, and that is huge for some of these guys coming from the tail end of the field to allow them to get up and pass a couple of these guys, put themselves in position for a little extra bonus money for finishing inside that top 10.
A little extra bonus money never hurt anybody. But, I mean, you're still fighting for that. Second place still makes a very nice payout. $200 for second. Third place, you would get $100. I mean, it goes down in increments of 5 from 5th to 10th. But $50 in 5th is different than $25 or $20 in 11th.
Right. I mean, you want to get as much money as you can. Yeah, the pride, the bragging rights. Obviously, these guys, I would say a majority of the guys in this field tonight, they race with each other in leagues every night of the week, or probably close to it. So they like to have those bragging rights. They all like to, race against each other cleanly most of the time, right? And show who's the best of the best. And I know for sure guys like Dylan Yeager and Tyler Ducharme and Bryce Bailey and Nick Cooper, Dylan Wilson, guys like that, they race these leagues, I would say nightly or every other night because there's a lot of money that's up for grabs on iRacing when it comes to these races. So when you're as good as those guys are and you got all that free time, you might as well try and win a little extra money.
Lap 29 of 50 underway. Tyler Ducharme, tries to get underneath of Gavin Collins. Another yellow is out, and it's for an incident with drivers in the back of the field. Jeff Sharp involved in an incident, hits the wall as he's trying to get himself set right in front of the leaders. Oh boy.
Man, oh man, a huge checkup on that one going into turn 1. That started, I would say, about 6 or 7 cars in front of Jeff Sharp there, and it was just the domino effect there, as it looked like it kind of started, Dylan, with the 56 of Aaron Brown, who hit the wall on the inside of turn 4 on the restart, nearly got turned into the infield, had to slow his car way down, checked up everybody behind him, and then Jeff Sharp at the tail end of the field catches that last domino and gets spun around.
Yeah, not much that Jeff could have done right there. The only thing I'd say is just try not to spin right in front of the leaders, but no harm, no foul. Everything is good to go. Brian Lawson upset that currently it's showing him a lap down. He thinks he should be back on the lead lap. He'll try and get that looked at. Justin Sick is currently showing in last place in 24th, a lap down he was involved in that incident at the very end with Jeff Sharp. He was the one who smashed into him at the end of that. But nonetheless, they're holding this yellow a little bit longer just to try and understand why Brian Lawson is currently showing as a lap down.
Yeah, Lawson, definitely not too happy, but he does get the wave around. So he will go back around and get that lap back. So good move there by the admins, Dean Reynolds and Jordan DeLucia. Like I said, those guys know exactly what they're doing. The pace truck lights are out. And actually now they're back on. So want to make sure the lineup is set. You don't want to go back green and a couple of these guys have a black flag, or they're not in the right spot, or they're a lap down when they shouldn't be. So good move there by DeLucia and Reynolds. They want to make this as fair as they possibly can, especially when there's money up for grabs. When there's a big prize up for grabs, you want to make sure that you are adminning the session as best as you can. And Dylan, I really hope that we see some more of these races coming up here in the future.
I'd love to see more of these races. I'd love to be involved in these races. Justin Sick comes back out of the pit area, and he is shown as a lap down. So unless something miraculous happens, he'll stay trapped a lap down. Once we get going again, it's going to be lap 30. And we'll see the pace truck go to the pit area. We're back underway. 21 to go here at Weedsport. And the 50 for 50 eSports Classic. It's the Super Dirt Week Grand Prize. They all want to win. Look at Tyler Ducharme. Slide job onto Yeager. He takes second away. What a beautiful move. In third is going to be another driver, Robbie Swan, taking a spot away. Oh my goodness, Gavin Collins getting swallowed up here. They're 4 wide going into 2.
Here comes Matt Sanders from out of nowhere. The 2 car is up to second. Matt Sanders in the yellow is going to come out as the 88 of William Watson goes around. Watson was running in the 8th position at the time. Hit the inside wall off of turn number 4. Collects Nick Cooper along with a couple other drivers. But Matt Sanders from literally out of nowhere drove by at least 2, maybe 3 cars in one corner and goes from 9th on the starting grid up to 2nd and puts himself in great position for that top prize.
4 wide. How cool was that? And they crossed the line right before the yellow happened. So I think Matt Sanders gets to keep this 2nd place spot as well.
Yeah, Sanders, man, that was incredible stuff. Way on the bottom, everybody was sliding each other, bouncing off each other, checked up, and he just says, I'm going to sneaky on by on the inside of the racetrack, and that's exactly what he did. Puts himself in a good spot, and that's another guy I've never really heard of, Matt Sanders. We'll see if he's got anything for the 48 car of Dylan Yeager. I thought it was going to be 25 Tyler Ducharme's time to shine after taking 2nd with that incredible slider to get by the 64 of Gavin Collins, but he did not have a good 1 and 2. Everybody else caught back up to him. He makes a mistake in turn number 4. Matt Sanders goes by now. Ducharme goes from 2nd to 5th instantly.
I think you're going to start to see some more action like that happening at the front of the field, where you're throwing sliders, you're starting to make contact with the guys in front. Dylan Yeager is probably the angriest person in this field to see that go to a yellow so quickly, because his advantage was gigantic, courtesy of the battling for 2nd place there.
Yeah, obviously, when you have a big lead like that, you never want to see it go away. So Yeager, we'll see if he can build up that lead again, but now we've got a new 2nd place car. We've got a new 3rd place car, Matt Sanders and Robbie Swan.
The game.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Green flag back out, 33 down, and what's that, 17 to go if my math is correct, and we are back racing to turn number 1. Matt Sanders going to try and clear Robbie Swan. Not going to happen. Swan noses ahead for 2nd.
Dylan Yeager with around a 4-car length advantage. There's contact. Oh my goodness, Ducharme made contact with Matt Sanders. Sanders falls all the way back into at least 8th position. Robbie Swan will be in 2nd place. Ducharme fighting for 3rd. He slides up in front of Collins, and he takes 3rd for good. 1st is Yeager, 2nd is Swan, 3rd is Ducharme. 35 of 50 down.
Taking a look at the lap times, and the yellow is out once again. Dylan Wilson, Speedy Brissett, the 2 cars stop this time.
Cars in the back, causing that collision. You know, after we went the first 15 or so laps caution-free, it's been a very caution-filled race.
Yeah, it sure has, and you know, like you said, a couple cars at the tail end of the field. This one car misjudging the other and getting spun around. But man, things were just about to get good at the front. I was about to say before the yellow came out, Robbie Swan had actually ran a couple of laps faster than Dylan Yeager right there. And so I think Swan has got a shot here to take away the race lead. And if those two get to battling, the 25 of Ducharme, his car is in good shape, no damage on that machine. He is for sure going to be a contender by the end of this thing, I think.
The cautions keep hurting Yeager more than anybody else. Just how far ahead Yeager has gotten on these restarts. I mean, he's had the most practice at the restarts, so just goes to show how comfortable he is leading this race. He has led every single lap. Dean Reynolds, another racing incident, he says. So, a lot of racing incidents in this one, but sometimes racing incidents can be avoided if you watch for yourself. That's why safety or incident points are a thing in iRacing and official servers.
Yeah, we saw one of our drivers actually hit that incident cap earlier on this afternoon and was removed from the server instantaneously. So hopefully that doesn't happen to any of our drivers here, but there have been quite a few that have been in multiple incidents. Green flag set to come back out with just 15 laps to go. Hopefully the guys in the back can clean it up. And what a restart for Tyler Ducharme to the inside of Robbie Swan for a second. He's got it.
Ducharme goes down low, cuts down the inside. He might try a slider again. He's in perfect spot to do it. He goes to the inside of Yeager. Almost hit his left rear tire. Yeager has 2 car lengths, now 3 in front. Goes up high, and Ducharme is clearly in second. He's going to continue to try those sliders. He's too far back to do it right there. So Robbie Swan and Colin Murphy, all the way from 12th place, is involved in this battle for the grand prize. 38 laps in to the race right now. 50 laps in total. Once we get to the line, there will be 12 laps to go here at eSports Speedway.
Yeah, Colin Murphy, good run for that number 9 car, up to 4th, getting by Gavin Collins, who fights back around him on the outside. Good side-by-side battle for 4th. Behind those guys, got Jim Boniface, Matt Sanders back in 8th, Aaron Brown 9th, Nick Cooper, after that early race incident, has now cracked back into the top 10. 35 car on the way to the front of the field. He's running out of time. 10 laps to go. And back up front, Yeager is pulling away from Ducharme at this point.
Dylan Yeager has a huge advantage. Crosses the line. He is almost a second in front of Tyler Ducharme, who is now fighting to hold off Robbie Swan. John Canizarro gives a little bit of a sigh. I wonder if something has happened in the back of the field. No, we're staying green right now. We're on lap 41. 10 laps to go, or lap 42, excuse me. 9 laps to go in this race. Dylan Yeager, all he can hope, all he can pray for is a green flag race till the end. There are 8 laps to go. Tyler Ducharme currently holds second, currently holds that $200 paycheck. Robbie Swan in third. He'd like to up his from 100 to 200. Gavin Collins 4th, and Jim Boniface, he is in 5th place.
Yeah, Colin Murphy, I don't know what happened to him. He was battling for 3rd and now is running 7th, has lost several positions in number 9. Now fighting back to the inside of the 2-car Matt Sanders, but Murphy has significantly fallen off the pace since that restart, and his car does not look like to be handling how he would like, but you know, definitely some big movers in this one. 14th to 5th for Jim Boniface, good run for him. Colin Murphy, like I said, 12th to 7th, 23rd to 12th for Brandon McDonald. You love to see these big movers. They've been able to keep their nose clean, and it is definitely paying off for them. 3 laps to go. Next time by for Dylan Yeager, trying to win the inaugural 50 for 50 Super Dirt Week eSports Classic. And right now, my money is on him because he has got a huge lead, almost 2 seconds back to Ducharme.
All Dylan Yeager can hope for right now is to keep it caution-free, at least for the next 2 laps. 3 to go as he crosses the line. All that separates him from a trip to Super Dirt Week is just over a mile. Under it now, this 3/8 mile dirt track, Weed Sports Speedway. The penultimate lap is where he starts now. Tyler Ducharme clearly in second. Robbie Swan, Gavin Collins, and Jim Boniface currently fighting with Matt Sanders for 5th. Yeager has 1.5 laps remaining. If we don't get a caution in the next few milliseconds, he just has 1 to go. White flag is out on this Super Dirt Week 50 for 50 Esports Classic. Dylan Yeager, from the drop of the green flag to the checkered flag, has been making it his own. Welcome to Super Dirt Week, Dylan Yeager. He wins at Weed Sport.
He doesn't just win, but he absolutely dominates here tonight, leading all 50 laps after that thrilling qualifying session, taking it away as the last car out. And he leads all 50 over Tyler Ducharme, Robbie Swan, Gavin Collins, Matt Sanders, Jim Boniface, Colin Murphy, Logan Hickerson, Nick Cooper, and Bryce Bailey will be the top 10 here tonight at the Weed Sports Speedway. A lot of fun, and man, I thought that for sure we'd see, Yeager challenge throughout that race, but he was the class of the field tonight.
He was absolutely the class of the field, and for his efforts, he is going to Super Dirt Week on an all-expense-paid trip. He and one guest will get 1 week-long pit pass per each of them. 1 hotel room accommodation, up to $1,000 in reimbursement and airline/rental car fees, a custom Super Dirt Week 50 for 50 Esports Classic trophy, and on-stage recognition during Friday Night Lights opening ceremonies. How about that finish? The rest of the top 10 will get a voucher to watch the 50th running of the Super Dirt Week live on Dirt Vision. And, of course, 2nd through 10th get not only their registration back, but a little bit extra on top, and everybody else gets their registration fees back. Pretty incredible chase.
Yeah, that is absolutely incredible. And we are ready for our interviews, Dylan. And we got Dylan Yeager. It's going to be the Dylan and Dylan show here. Yeager is the winner, and Coyle going to be doing the interviewing. Dylan, take it away.
Dylan Yeager, an unbelievable race. You led all 50 laps. Take us through what you're feeling right now.
It's awesome. It took so long to win a DIRTcar sanction race for me, and it feels great to do it in these cars. I love racing these, and it'll be an awesome experience going there and seeing what's happening. But I'm just so glad to get the monkey off my back and win one of these DIRTcar races, and hopefully there's more to come.
Were the nerves there at all as the laps started to wind down?
Once I saw the gap start to open up, I think I had it to like 2 seconds at one point there in the last run. The nerves went away. I was just out there riding the last 7-8 laps or so, just trying to get it to the finish and hoping that the race would stay green. And we got lucky and there was no yellows, and plan ended up working.
So I got to know, what are you looking forward to most at Super Dirt Week?
Just going there and meeting new people and, checking out the racing. I mean, the track's awesome. I've seen videos there, and I'm hoping it'll be a cool event to go to, and, I'm excited.
So I got to ask, do you have anybody in mind who you're going to bring?
Probably my dad. I mean, he goes to all the races with me, so he'll definitely be going down there with me.
That's awesome, man. Well, hey, congratulations. I know this is something that you're going to remember for a long time. You're going to get a trophy at the Friday Night Lights opening ceremony. Have you thought about that at all since, the last 2 or 3 minutes have went by?
Oh, hell yeah, I have. That's gonna be so awesome. I can't believe it. I mean, this is so cool. It's gonna be such a cool event, and I'm so glad you'll put this on. This is so cool.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations. Dylan Yeager has won the 50 for 50 Esports Classic. Super Dirt Week is his prize. He's going to be going with his dad. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to bring in Tyler Ducharme
what it is.
to the broadcast booth. Tyler finishing in P2. Tyler, is there any semblance of a little bit of disappointment you couldn't get it done?
I hate finishing second. I feel like I always end up second in these races, but I hurt myself qualifying. You can't qualify 7th or 8th in that field and expect to win. So, I tried so hard. I got the second there once, and I got shuffled back to 5th, and then I had to work my way back to second. And maybe if I had a yellow, I could have had something. I didn't really ever have a chance to race Dylan. I got to second, and I kept trying different lines because the way I look at it, you're not gonna pass him following him in the same line he's running. So I just tried something, and it didn't work. And congrats to Dylan. I'll see him out there. I'll be at Dirt Week anyway. So congrats to him. He ran a good race.
So you were trying a lot of sliders, especially on that final restart. Did you feel like that was one of your only chances to take that top spot away from him?
Yeah, I felt like if I could have broke his momentum, like the way he was ringing the top in 3 and 4 and the slider in 1 and 2 was hard to really get anything going there because the way you got to run, you got to slow down so much to hit the bottom. It's just that I felt like if it went bottom, I could have had a really good race with him, but it's just hard. I tried to break his momentum a couple of times, and just he kept running the top, and it is what it is. And it didn't help. I was having to look at my mirror and make sure I wasn't going to get run over going into turn 1.
Well, I guess even if you finish second, you're still going to take home a nice little payday from the race, and you're still, going to be able to watch the replays right as it's done because you're going to Super Dirt Week, but you're also going to get the complimentary voucher for Super Dirt Week. Just wanted to say congratulations, and can't wait to see you in another DIRTcar eSports event.
Yep, thank you.
All right, we're going to get Robbie Swan in here now. The 3rd place finisher, Robbie, on the podium. You got to be happy with a podium finish. Even if it's not a win, you still finished in a high mark here on a DIRTcar eSports event.
Yeah, it would have been great to get the win. I thought maybe I had something for Dylan there, but just couldn't get around Gavin for a majority of the race and just struggled to pass really on the track state. But all in all, can't be upset about 3rd and really happy to represent Apex well.
Did you feel like when you guys all went 4 wide before the final restart that it was just going to end in disaster? Because, my goodness, me and Chase and I, we were worried about that.
Yeah, I was just glad I was the inside car. I was like, if this goes south, the odds are I'll be okay.
Understood there. But, hey, you got to be happy with that 3rd place finish. And got to ask, are you going to be able to make it to Super Dirt Week? If not, you excited to watch it with that complimentary voucher?
Yeah, actually, Super Dirt Week's in my hometown. I live about 2 blocks from the track, so I'll be there. So
unbelievable. Well, then you'll also get to watch the replays right as they happen. Excited to see you when we all come to Super Dirt Week in Oswego, and congratulations again on the 3rd place finish, Robbie.
Thank you very much.
All right, well, that is pretty much it for this broadcast of the Super Dirt Week 50 for 50 Esports Classic. The winner, Dylan Yeager, he will be at Super Dirt Week accepting a trophy on stage in the opening ceremonies of Friday Night Lights. But a great set of racing. We all started at 7 o'clock with the first preliminary round, and of course, the second prelims, all in the same round. The top 12 from each of them went on to the finals, the 50-lap feature. Wild caution filled in the middle. It started with a green flag run, and it ended with a green flag run. At the end of the day, Dylan Yeager, he was the winner. From myself, Dylan Coyle, and Chase Rodman, of course, Mick, our producer, behind the scenes of everything. We thank you so much for tuning in to DIRTcar Esports Super Dirt Week, October 3rd through October 9th. Get a platinum subscription on dirtvision.com to watch all the action. For now, so long, good night, and good racing.